My dear, before the world ever whispered your name, before the stars found their rhythm in the endless heavens, I knew you, every part of you, every breath, every intricate detail woven with care beyond your understanding. Your value is eternal. These words are not mere statements, but the heartbeat of my everlasting love for you. You live in a world that measures worth by fleeting things, possessions, accolades, appearances, achievements that blink in and out like fragile candle flames in a tempest. Yet, I see beyond the surface, into the very core of your being where true value resides, unaffected by time, untouched by the noise around you. I have witnessed your struggle to understand your worth in a space that constantly redefines it, a place where your worth seems tethered to so many conditions. My beloved, your value does not hinge on the approval of others, nor can it be diminished by the judgments cast your way. I made you, and in my eyes, the fabric of your soul is woven from the most precious elements of eternal grace and unending love. You are more than your failures, more than your past mistakes, more than the shadows that attempt to cloud your light. You carry within you a divine reflection, a spark of my own nature that cannot be extinguished, stolen, or devalued. There is a deep and sacred struggle inside you, the battle of identity and recognition. Sometimes it feels like you're walking through a desert, your feet dragging through the dust of discouragement, your spirit weighed down by the relentless tides of self-doubt and fear. Yet in that very desert, my spirit is present. A cooling breeze on a sun-baked day, a gentle whisper urging you onward. I am not distant, my dear child. I am closer than your next breath. Even when you feel unseen or unloved, my gaze is fixed upon you. My embrace surrounds you in moments when the world turns away. I invite you now to reach deeper than the world's shallow measure and rest in the unshakable truth. You are eternally valuable to me. Your worth did not begin with your first cry, nor will it end with your last sigh. It pulses through eternity because it is anchored in my heart, a divine imprint stamped on your very essence before creation itself began. I see beyond the brokenness, the uncertainty, the days you wish you could undo. I see the person I called forth, a beloved masterpiece designed to reflect my glory and to walk boldly in the purpose I have set before you. Let this truth settle in you, child. No matter how the world tries to define or confine you, your value transcends all, because it springs from me. I understand the weight of feeling unseen or misunderstood. That pain bears down like a heavy cloak, threatening to suffocate your soul. But remember, my love pierces through the thickest darkness and shines brighter than the harshest judgment. What others may overlook or discard, I treasure and hold dear. You are not an accident, nor are you a fleeting thought. You're a deliberate act of my creative will, etched permanently into the tapestry of my divine plan. This truth is your sanctuary, your fortress against the ever-shifting sands of human opinion. When doubts rise like storm clouds, and the voices of worthlessness try to drown out my whispers of love, I call you to anchor your heart in my promise. Your value is eternal and immovable. As unchanging as the sun's journey through the sky, as steady as the stars engraved upon the heavens, my love for you remains constant. In this steady embrace, you are invited to find rest, not a restless striving to prove worth, but a deep, abiding peace in who you are because of who I am. There's a wellspring of affirmation waiting for you, a tide of acceptance and belonging that cannot be bought, earned, or lost. My dear child, it is freely given, poured out like an endless stream of grace that covers every broken place, every insecurity, every whisper of fear. Will you believe me this time when I say that your value is not subject to the rise and fall of your circumstances? This is the unshakable foundation upon which you can build your life. I long for you to step into the fullness of this revelation, not as a passive recipient, but as one who embraces their identity, standing tall amidst a world that often misleads and confuses. Your value is eternal because you are held in my hands, fashioned with purpose and infinite care. You are my beloved, treasured beyond measure, precious beyond words. No matter what storms rage around you, my love remains a sanctuary. Trust in it, cling to it, and let it transform the way you see yourself. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Listen closely, for I'm speaking the language of eternal love into your soul, inviting you to release the chains of self-condemnation and step fully into the light of my acceptance. Walk with me in this truth, for it leads to freedom, joy, and a peace the world cannot give nor take away. Your value is an unbreakable thread in the fabric of eternity, woven by the hand of your Creator. No one, not even fear or failure, can unravel it. This is my message to you today. You are loved beyond measure. You are made for endlessly more than you imagine. Your worth is perpetual, enduring and perfect through my eyes and in my heart. Let this divine truth take root deeply within you. Embrace it. Carry it like a banner over your life. This is only the beginning of a journey toward fully knowing and living in the magnitude of your eternal value. Walk forward, beloved, with courage. Your story is sacred, your destiny glorious, and I am with you, now and forever. My dear child, I see the weight you carry, the silent battles fought within your heart. This burden, invisible to the eyes of the world, wears heavily on your spirit. You may feel as if the darkness surrounding you is without end, like a night that stretches beyond the waning moon, leaving you to stumble in shadows. But I'm near, closer than breath, holding you even when you cannot feel my presence. In the quiet, I'm whispering life and reassurance over the jagged edges of your fear. This tension in your soul, the tension between the longing for peace and the persistent storm of doubt, is not a sign of defeat, but an invitation to deeper trust. I am not distant or indifferent, though sometimes it may feel as if I am silent. I hear every sigh that escapes your lips. I understand the unspoken language of your heart's pain. My patience with you is endless. My holding on to your hand is firm and tender. You are not alone in the struggle. Even when your thoughts spiral into confusion and despair, I am the stillness beneath the chaos, the refuge in the tempest. I have allowed this season not to break you, but to awaken a new depth within you, a finer sensitivity to my spirit, a keener awareness of my love. Like the refining fire that purifies gold, the trials that twist your soul are preparing you for a glory that will outshine the darkest night. Though you feel weary and perhaps misunderstood, even by yourself, you're being held in the palms of my hands. My dear, do not be afraid to lean into the discomfort, to bring every tear, every question, and every doubt to me. Nothing is too small or too heavy for me to carry with you. Remember, my presence is not always wrapped in thunder or radiant light. Sometimes it comes as the soft dew on a parched field, a gentle breath that revives the withered parts of your spirit. When you wrestle with silence or feel forsaken, lean into that whisper of my love. It will become loud enough to drown out despair. In this tension, I am teaching you the strength of waiting, the peace found in patience, and the trust that lights the way forward when vision is blurred. Child, your soul's unrest is a fertile ground for my grace. Let my heart pour into your broken places. I am the balm that soothes wounds that no one else sees, the warmth that melts the frost of isolation. Your struggles are not hidden from me. I know every ache and every prayer that's caught in your throat. I am tender enough to heal your wounds and strong enough to carry your burdens. You need not hide your pain, for in vulnerability, you meet my power. Do not rush through this moment. It is a sacred pause, a breath in the symphony of your life that prepares you to rise again. Trust that I am working all things in your life, seen and unseen, for your good. I will not abandon you nor forsake you, even when your journey feels lonely and your faith trembles. My steadfast love is your anchor, your fortress, and your salvation. In this time of tension, reach for me with your whole heart. Let your spirit open, like the dawn breaking through the night sky. If your heart is hurting and your spirit is weary, bring it all to me. Do not carry these burdens alone. I am here, ready to hold you, to quiet the storm inside you and bring rest to your weary soul. Let my presence flood your inner being with peace that surpasses all understanding. Take this moment to breathe deeply of my love and to surrender your struggles into my care, trusting that I am near and that I will never leave you alone. Will you come to me now with your brokenness and your doubts? Will you allow yourself to be cradled in the refuge of my love? Let this truth settle in you. No darkness is too deep for my light to penetrate. No sorrow is beyond my healing. I am with you, not only in the highs, but through every shadowed valley and uncertain path. Rest in me, beloved, and let my peace guard your heart. My beloved, how often you have felt the heavy weight of guilt pressing down upon your soul, as though you carry the burden of the world's failures alone. I see how this weight curves your spine, darkening your thoughts and stealing the light from your eyes. But hear me now. Guilt is not the chain that confines you. It is the misguided whisperer trying to divert you from the embrace I long to offer. You have been led to believe that your mistakes define you, that the sum of your shortcomings is the measure of your worth. Yet I tell you, my dear child, that when I look upon you, I see not a tally of faults, but a masterpiece, scarred yet radiant in the palette of my enduring love. Within the garden of your soul, there grows a seed of forgiveness, watered by the gentle rains of my mercy. This seed is planted not when you are perfect, but amidst your imperfect striving, your humble turning. Do you understand, beloved, that forgiveness is more than a declaration? It is a rebirth. When you stumble and fall into remorse, I'm already reaching out to lift you, not to reproach, but to restore. The shame you carry is a shadow that I did not cast. It is the residue of humanity's broken mirrors, reflecting false images. Yet I stand beside you, casting a light that dissolves every dark reflection, inviting you to see yourself through my eyes, clean, whole, precious, beyond measure. Imagine a child who has soiled their own clothes but returns to the parent's arms expecting scorn and instead finds warmth. That is how I receive you, time and time again. There is no ledger of condemnation in my presence, only an endless well of grace, a fountain that never runs dry. The shame you wrestle with, it is not your sentence. It is a veil I patiently see through, knowing your true face lies just beneath. Let that truth settle in your heart. You are not defined by what you have done, but by who I am. And I am love unceasing, faithfulness unbroken, hope eternal. Somewhere in the deep corridors of your heart, perhaps you have tried to hide from me, fearing I would withdraw love due to your flaws. But hear now the thunder of my assurance. I do not withdraw. Even when you turn away, my gaze remains fixed on you, a constant beacon through the fog of your uncertainty. You are never out of reach. I've carved your name deep in my heart. Your past does not erase the eternal covenant I have made with you. Do not wallow in the quagmire of guilt, my child, for it only traps you further from the freedom I offer. Rise instead into the light of forgiveness, and allow me to baptize your spirit with renewal and peace. There are stories you tell yourself to explain why you are less than worthy, why forgiveness seems out of reach. They are like ruins of a once strong fortress fallen to despair's siege. But as the master builder, I am restoring those broken walls, one stone at a time. With every act of repentance, you hand me another tool. With every sincere plea for mercy, another beam is set in place. This process is not swift, for the rebuilding of a heart requires patience and careful craftsmanship. Yet, my dear child, the outcome is a sanctuary, a place where your spirit can find shelter from storms, a resting place for your weary soul. Do not be fooled by the silence that sometimes cloaks this healing journey. It is not abandonment, but my holy working deep within you, shaping you into the vessel I intended. Within the quiet moments, my spirit breathes truth into the hidden corners of your heart, dispelling the lies that tell you that you are unworthy of my grace. I am with you in the stillness. I am with you in the tears. Each day brings you closer to freedom, to the joy that is waiting on the other side of guilt's shadow. My beloved, there is a sacred dance between your confession and my forgiveness. When you bring me your brokenness, you invite me to do what only I can. Transform the pain into power, the failure into triumph. This is not mere consolation. It is a divine exchange. You surrender your guilt, and I clothe you with righteousness, with dignity that cannot be revoked. I call you now to step into this exchange fully, to release the chains of self-condemnation and accept the garment of grace I have made for you. Know that the forgiveness I extend is complete. It is not partial, not conditional upon greater effort or exemplary behavior. It is a gift freely given out of my boundless love. When you feel the temptation to retreat into shame or self-rejection, summon the courage to come back to me. I'm not just a judge. I am your Redeemer, and my desire is to beautify you with forgiveness as the rains beautify the barren earth. Let your heart embrace this truth. Nothing you have done can separate you from my love's cleansing flood. Will you believe me this time? Will you allow me to wrap you in the tender arms of forgiveness to heal the wounds guilt has made? The journey may be slow, and at times you may feel uncertain, but I am patient, and I am persistent. I am waiting for you to lean in, to reach out, to let go of the weights you cannot carry alone. Bring your doubts, your fears, and your shame. Bring your trembling heart and your aching spirit. I will meet you there with open hands and a heart bursting with love. In the great tapestry of creation, you are an irreplaceable thread woven with intention and care. Do not let the stains of past mistakes dull the thread's brilliance. Instead, trust in my restorative power to cleanse and brighten. Hold fast to the promise that no sin is too great, no failure too profound, that my grace cannot overcome. Your story is not finished. It is continually being rewritten by my hand, and the ending is one of hope, redemption, and unending peace. Reflect on this, beloved. Forgiveness is not only about my love reaching you, it is also about you releasing the burden you have held so tightly. It is a dance of grace and surrender, a journey from the valley of despair into the light of restoration. Let me guide you out of the shadows of guilt and into the brilliant dawn of my mercy. When your heart feels weary, remember that I am near, ready to renew you with forgiveness so complete that no darkness can shadow your soul. Open your hands now and let go of fear, of shame, of the lie that you are beyond redemption. Receive the forgiveness I offer as freely as the breath of life that fills your lungs. Step into the newness of grace, letting it saturate every corner of your being. You are my beloved, wrapped in mercy, walking in the light of restoration. Let this truth settle within you. My dear child, In the quiet moments when the world's clamor fades and your soul feels weighed down by burdens too heavy to carry alone, know that I am here, ever present, ever patient. There is a tenderness in my gaze that sees beyond your surface, struggles right into the depth of your heart. The loneliness that wraps around you like a shroud is not a sign of my abandonment, but an invitation into a deeper intimacy with me. Sometimes, silence is not my absence, but my sacred presence, a sacred space where your spirit can learn to lean wholly upon me. I see how fear creeps in like a shadow, dimming the light within you, making you question your worth and your path. Anxiety claws at your peace, whispers words of doubt that shake the foundation of your faith. Perhaps you have noticed how these feelings make you clamorous for answers, rushing to fill silence with noise, seeking comfort in places that cannot truly satisfy. My dear, the way to peace is not in the hurried pursuit of relief, but in the patient surrender to my timing and my voice, which often comes not as a roar, but as a gentle whisper. I am teaching you to trust me when everything feels uncertain, to breathe deeply in the midst of your storm, and know that I am your refuge and your strength. When you feel lost in the labyrinth of your thoughts, like the night sky strewn with uncountable stars, but with no clear constellation to beckon you home, remember that I am the true light that does not wane or flicker. Your fear and your doubts do not change. My love for you, they are part of your journey, a test of your ability to trust beyond what eyes can see and hands can grasp. I have woven you with purpose and precision, and no amount of anxiety can erase the destiny I have etched for your life. Will you step into this moment with me, laying down your fears at my feet? It is in surrender, not as a sign of weakness, but as a declaration of faith, that you find the keys to unlock the chains of anxiety. Surrender your need to control, your desperate grasp of certainty, your hurried attempts to understand before the right season. I'm asking you to trust the invisible hand that guides the cosmos, the one who shaped the mountains, calls the ocean tides, and breathes life into the smallest seed. This same hand holds you. Will you let me carry the weight of your fears and in return, find a peace that surpasses all understanding? I know you wrestle with restlessness and impatience. The waiting can feel endless, the silence deafening. Yet this time is a refining fire, purging doubts, illuminating hidden fears, nurturing growth in your spirit. Like a patient gardener pruning a tree, I work behind the scenes to prepare you for a harvest greater than you have ever dared to imagine. Rest in the knowledge that every delay has purpose, every silence is filled with my presence, and every trial is a step that draws you closer to the fullness of my grace. Beloved, anxiety is not your enemy when it turns you toward me with an open heart. It is a signal, a spiritual compass pointing toward dependence on my sustaining power. Let these moments of vulnerability be a sacred dialogue, where your nervous heart learns to cry out, and I answer with peace. When doubt tries to scatter your faith like autumn leaves in the wind, anchor yourself in the truth of my constant love. In the sacred quiet of surrender, you will discover a river of calm that refreshes your soul and steadies your trembling steps. I do not ask you to journey alone. Though the path is winding and the destination unclear, know that I walk beside you, guiding your feet, overseeing your steps, and holding you when you stumble. Trusting me fully is the first act of courage, the lifeline woven through every trial. My beloved, will you let me carry your fears today? Will you choose not to stand firm amid uncertainty, wrapped in my sheltering embrace? Let this truth settle within you. You do not have to conquer anxiety alone. Your willingness to lean into me opens a doorway to peace deeper and wider than you can imagine. In this surrender, you find not only solace, but strength. Not just rest, but renewal. Will you believe me this time and step forward in faith, letting go of what you cannot control and embracing my promise of peace? The journey ahead is softer and brighter than you trust, for it is illumined by my unyielding love. My beloved, I see the shadows that lurk in the corners of your mind, the gnawing whispers of fear and doubt that unsettle your heart and cloud your vision. These are not mere fleeting thoughts, but thorns piercing the tender flesh of your faith, making you wonder if the light you once held so confidently might dim beyond revival. Fear tightens its grip, anxiety weaves its web, and doubt casts shadows that stretch long into your soul's daylight. Yet, do not despair. I am here, steadfast and unwavering, the anchor beneath your turbulence. Fear is a weight that seeks to bend your spirit, anxiety a relentless tide that threatens to pull you under, and doubt a cloud that veils the sun of your assurance. But remember, these are not signs of your weakness. They are invitations to deeper trust. Imagine a small child trembling before the roaring storm, yet secure in the arms of a loving parent. So too are you cradled in my embrace amid the howling winds of uncertainty. Your trembling is not forgotten. Your tears do not fall unnoticed. I have walked through the valley of fear with you. I have gathered each anxious thought and transformed it into a stepping stone toward greater peace. When doubt comes knocking, as it inevitably will in a journey so intertwined with hope and grace, do not cast it out in fear. Invite it in, speak gently to it, knowing that I am the one who fills all gaps of understanding and mends broken trust. Your doubts are not a chasm between us, but a bridge still under construction, strengthening as you lean into me. I am the familiar hand that steadies when the ground quakes, the quiet voice that speaks truth over the crescendo of your fears. Understand this. Fear and faith cannot reside in the heart at the same moment unless one pushes the other aside. Choose me. Choose my peace that surpasses all human understanding. Even when your heart races uncontrollably, even when your breath catches in the throat of unseen worries, I am there. I am the shelter in your storm, the flame that does not flicker in the gale. Feel my presence now, wrapping around you like a cloak, woven of light and serenity, impenetrable and warm. Anxiety today may seem like a roaring lion demanding attention and respect, but with every anxious thought, you have a choice, either to fuel the fire or to water the roots of calm that I have planted within you from the beginning. Return to the place of stillness I have crafted in your soul. It is not a distant sanctuary, but a living wellspring within. Drink deeply, beloved. Drink until your fears lose their strength and your doubts dissolve into the vast ocean of my love. Let me remind you of the countless times I have walked with my children through trembling nights and uncertain dawns. In each moment of fear, I am there drawing you close, whispering peace into the tempest. When anxiety fills your heart to overflowing, come to me in the quiet spaces between your breaths. Pour out your worries like a fragrant offering. I am the God who listens, the God who never slumbers, the God whose love casts out all dread. Now consider what it means to surrender your fears fully into my hands. This is not a trivial act of resignation, but a powerful choice to entrust me with what you cannot control. When you release the grip on the unknown, you open your arms to the fullness of my care. Trust is not blind. It is the courageous step toward a deeper relationship with me, even when the path is shrouded in mist. Remember, my dear, I am the light that never fails, the promise that holds true beyond every shadow. I invite you right now to lay down your burden of fear and anxiety. Feel your spirit responding to my call, softening and opening like a flower at dawn. Breathe in the assurance of my presence. Exhale the heavy breath of worry. You were never meant to carry these weights alone. Lean on me. Rest in me. Here, in this sacred exchange, fear loses its throne and faith rises like the morning sun. If your heart trembles as you read these words, do not turn away. Let this truth settle in you. You are held. You are safe. You are deeply, irrevocably loved. As you continue this journey, every moment of fear is an invitation to draw closer to me and find peace that the world cannot give. Will you believe me this time? Will you allow my love to chase away every shadow, to speak hope into every anxious corner, to calm every storm within? Your courage does not lie in the absence of fear, but in your willingness to face it, with me by your side. Let us walk together through the wilderness of doubt and fear, hand in hand, step by step. I am your refuge and your strength, an ever-present help when trouble comes. Trust me with your trembling heart. Trust me as the shepherd who never leaves the sheep lost or afraid. You need not understand every why or see every path clearly. Some days, simply standing still in my presence is enough to nourish your soul and renew your hope. These quiet moments, though small and tender, carry mighty power. They weave a tapestry of peace that shields you from despair and readies you for the next step on the road I've planned for you. So now, take my hand with renewed courage and faith. Allow my peace to reign in your heart, even as fear attempts its assault. You are my beloved, and my love is greater than any fear that tries to claim you. Turn your eyes toward me, the author and perfecter of your faith, and know that your story is held in hands that will never let go. Breathe deeply, beloved, and rest in this steadfast truth. Let your heart quiet, your spirit relax, and your soul rise in the peace I freely give. Let this be the moment when fear loses its voice and faith sings aloud. Will you let me carry your fears? Will you find your refuge in my embrace today? If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Embrace my peace, my beloved, and walk forward confidently in the light of my everlasting love. My dear child, let us now walk deeper into the garden of divine timing, where the unseen choreography of my love unfolds with precision. Too holy to be hurried or doubted, you find yourself often questioning the silence that stretches between your prayers and your answers, the waiting that tests the resilience of your spirit. In this waiting, you may feel abandoned, as though my voice has retreated into the shadows, leaving you to wrestle alone with your fears and uncertainty. But hear this, beloved. My timing is not just measured by your clocks or plans. It's crafted according to a sacred rhythm, woven throughout the cosmos, a rhythm that pulses with eternal life and infinite wisdom. Time, as you perceive it, is but a fragile thread in the great tapestry I am weaving. You see the single stitch, the moment of silence, the unopened door, and you wonder if your journey is lost or delayed. Yet I assure you, my dear child, each pause is pregnant with purpose. The moments when nothing seems to happen are not voids, but spaces filled with my unseen presence. Spaces where your faith is being refined as gold is purified by fire. How often you have sought immediate relief, instant resolution, longing for the burdens to be lifted swiftly. Love doesn't always work with haste, for it knows that the richest fruits are those that ripen slowly under the sun's patient gaze. When you feel the weight of waiting, remember the seed beneath the soil. It lies in darkness, seemingly still and lifeless, but it is growing, stretching its slender roots deeper into the earth's embrace. My beloved, you are that seed. The silent days are not wasted, but are the foundation for the bloom that will come in my perfect season. Distrust not the silence, for it is my whisper in disguise. I am shaping your character, filling your heart with resilience and hope that will outlast the fiercest storms. Trust that I am near, closer than breath, carefully tending to what you cannot yet see. I do not tease or torment with false hopes. I am the embodiment of faithfulness. My promises are sure, yet they unfold in a divine sequence meant uniquely for you. The waiting is my way of teaching you to lean not on your own understanding, but to stretch out your hands in surrender and say, I trust you, even when I do not see. This trust, child, is not a passive resignation, but an active posture of hope. A declaration that you choose to believe in my goodness and sovereignty against all evidence of delay. Will you believe me this time? Will you open your heart to receive the grace hidden inside the waiting room of your soul? Among all my children, those who walk through waiting with unwavering faith discover a depth of intimacy with me that the impatient never know. The stillness draws you nearer, for your mind ceases its frantic grasping, and your spirit begins to quietly hear. In the hush, I reveal myself as the healer of restless hearts, the restorer of tired dreams. I invite you to sit with me there in the sacred space of anticipation, where your fears are softened and your courage renewed. Will you stay? Will you bow before me in this waiting, not as one who complains, but as one who worships? Understand that my timing is never out of sync with your best life. Even when your plans scatter into fragments and your hopes seem to crumble like dry leaves, my love holds firm. The delay you endure is never my denial, but my preparation. I am refining your heart to receive the fullness of my blessings, which are far greater than your soul's current appetite can comprehend. The delays are my gift, opportunities to deepen your roots in me so that when the harvest comes, it will be abundant and sweet, unshakable even in the winds of testing. Grieve if you must. Lament your confusion and fear, but do not settle into despair. I am with you in every tear, every sigh of doubt. My tenderness knows your every pain, and my patience never runs dry. When you feel as if you cannot wait another moment, call on me. Pour out your heart, your questions, your aching longing. I am a listening God, a God who bends low to hear the smallest whisper of your soul. Let this truth settle in you. You are never forgotten, never forsaken, even when the silence feels endless. I am working in ways beyond your vision. Like the potter gently shaping the clay, I am molding your life with care, pressing away imperfections, creating what no human eye can yet discern. You might misunderstand the delay as failure or rejection, but my child, it is the hand of infinite grace, sculpting a masterpiece from your trials and triumphs, from your faith and your doubts alike. Hold fast to me in this time. Know that every delay carries a blessing, and every waiting period is holy ground where miracles stir quietly beneath the surface of your present reality. Let your heart not be troubled by the tempo of the world around you. The clocks and calendars counted by men do not dictate my will. I am the Lord of time, master of all seasons, and no moment escapes my sovereign care. Your journey is unique, and its pace is tailored by my wisdom and love. Even when others' paths seem swift and certain, do not compare yourself, for your timing is holy. It is the rhythm of my grace tailored specifically for you, designed to strengthen your faith and deepen your joy. My dear, open your soul to the patience I am cultivating within you. Trust that I am orchestrating all things, seen and unseen, with divine precision. The waiting you endure is not absence but presence. It is not emptiness but fullness, waiting to be revealed. How wondrous it will be when the seasons shift and your spirit bursts forth in the beauty I have long prepared. Until then, live in my peace, rest in my promises, and let me teach you to walk in confidence, knowing that my timing is perfect and my love never fails. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Embrace the waiting as an invitation to deeper trust. For I am here, always here, holding you with hands full of grace and eyes fixed on your destiny. My dear, the journey through trust and surrender is not a path free from shadows. It often leads you into the quiet valleys where your footsteps falter, where your soul wrestles with the unseen, and your heart questions my presence. Yet in these moments I am nearer than ever, watching over you like a shepherd tending to his most precious sheep. You may not hear my voice clearly through the noise of your doubts, but I am whispering peace into the chambers of your heart. Understand that surrender doesn't mean weakness or defeat. It is an act of profound strength. It is the deliberate letting go of your anxious grasp on control, placing your fragile hopes and fears into the cradle of my hands. Imagine a child, trembling with uncertainty, who finally trusts the safety of a parent's arms, the arms that will not release him even amidst the fiercest storm. This is the measure of trust I ask for. A trust that is not born out of sight, but anchored firmly in my steadfast love. No matter how many times you stumble, my arms remain open, ready to embrace you, to carry you when your strength fails, and to whisper reassurance that all will be well. Do you see, beloved, that faith is not merely believing in my power to change circumstances, but in my unwavering commitment to you, regardless of those circumstances? Your faith is the seed that must be tenderly nurtured within the soil of surrender. When you surrender, you let the stream of my grace irrigate the parched places within your spirit, allowing new life to flourish amidst the decay of fear and uncertainty. Visualize the barren ground cracking open after a long drought, the first sprout of green pushing through the earth. This is what surrender breeds, the beginning of rebirth, the promise of new hope. Yet sometimes surrender feels impossible because your vision is clouded by the weight of your pain and the heaviness of your worries. I am aware of every tear you have shed in secret, every silent scream of your soul. I'm near to the brokenhearted, the weary, and those overwhelmed with the task of trusting me again. My beloved, it is not in your strength to surrender alone. You must invite me to steady your faltering hand. I will teach you to breathe in my peace and exhale your fears, to loosen the chains of apprehension that bind you so tightly. Be still and know I am your anchor in this tempest. Remember that the process of surrender is like the unfolding of a delicate flower. It takes time for the petals to reveal their full bloom, for the fragrance to seep gently into the air. Your trust in me may begin as a small bud, tentative and fragile, but with each step you take toward surrender, it grows resilient and vibrant. I am patient with you, my child, never rushing or forcing, but gently coaxing you toward openness. Let me remind you that my timing is perfect, even when it feels like silence stretches endlessly. This silence is the soil from which your faith roots deeper, preparing you for the fullness of my presence. The victory of surrender lies not in the absence of struggle, but in the courage to step forward despite it. When you feel the pull of fear, let me be your shield, your fortress. When doubt creeps in like a shadow feeding on your heart, call upon my light to cast it out. There is no affliction so great, no burden so heavy, that my grace cannot cover. Imagine a mighty river flowing through your being, washing away the debris of worry and fear, leaving behind clarity and peace. I invite you right now to immerse yourself in this river, to let every anxious thought be carried downstream. Let your heart not be troubled by the uncertainty of what tomorrow holds. I have woven your future with hands of love, threading each moment with purpose and design beyond what your eyes can see. To surrender means embracing the unknown with a heart that trusts my goodness above all else. It means believing that even when the path seems steep and the night dark, my light is blazing ahead, guiding your every step. My promises are not empty words. They are the unshakable foundation upon which your faith can boldly stand. Will you take my hand now and entrust your fears to me? Will you let go of the instinct to control and instead rest in the assurance that I am orchestrating every detail of your life with infinite wisdom? This isn't about silencing your questions or ignoring your pain. It is about leaning into my strength when you feel weakest, about surrendering your doubts into the harbor of my truth. Allow the tender wind of my spirit to fill your sails, carrying you beyond the treacherous waters of anxiety and into the safe haven of my love. My dear child, know that I am ever proud of each tentative step you take toward surrender. Your willingness to trust me even when the path is unclear is a flame that warms my heart. Continue to walk this road hand in hand with me. Each day, reaffirm that your faith is not a fleeting feeling, but a divine promise rooted in a love that never fails. Let this truth settle in you. Surrender is not the loss of yourself, but the discovery of the fullness of life found only in me. Embrace this moment now, breathing in the peace I offer and breathe out your fears. Take heart, for you have not journeyed alone, and you never will. Will you believe me this time? My beloved, there are moments when the shadows cast by doubt and uncertainty loom so large that they obscure the path I have laid before you. Yet within these very moments, I am inviting you into a deeper trust. Not just trust in what you can see or understand, but a surrendering of your heart and quiet confidence that I am at work in the unseen. Faith is not the absence of the unknown, it is the affirmation that no darkness is too deep for my light to pierce. When your spirit trembles in the face of the unknown, know that I'm holding you even more firmly. Like a gardener tending to a fragile seed beneath the cold earth, I nurture your soul with patience until it is time for you to break forth into full bloom. Remember, beloved, that the horizon you seek is painted with colors of my choosing, not merely the shades your eyes can perceive. Just as the stars take their place in the vast darkness of the night sky before dawn announces the day. Your moments of waiting are preparations for new revelations. When you feel the sting of impatience or the weight of uncertainty, do not turn away but lean closer. Feel my presence like the gentle warmth of the sun just beyond the clouds. I am whispering peace to you through the silence. Can you hear it? Your heart's restlessness is never wasted, each pulse a prayer sent up, each tear a cleansing rain. I am the master of time, my dear, orchestrating every detail with eternal wisdom. When you think that I am silent, I am working behind the scenes, weaving your story with threads of grace, trust, and deeper purpose. The mystery of my timing is often the most challenging for you to embrace, but it's also the greatest expression of my love. Even when your world feels like shattered glass, I am forging a new mosaic, more beautiful than what was before. The delays you endure are not denials, but divine pauses designed to prepare your heart and deepen your faith. I ask you now, will you accept the gift of waiting with hope rather than despair? Let this truth settle deeply into your soul. I do not move in haste, as the world does, but with intentionality and profound care for every aspect of your being. Your journey is not a race. It is a sacred dance where I lead and you respond. The rhythm may seem slow, the melody uncertain, but I hear every note you sing in longing. Rest in knowing that the songs of your faithfulness and surrender reach my ears above all others. I shield your heart from the panic that fear tries to sow, and I pour calm into your spirit like a gentle rain soaking parched earth. Your trust is the seed that brings forth a harvest of peace. Will you nurture it even when the soil feels dry? Sometimes, my beloved, I hide in the quiet to allow you to find me within yourself. The silence is my invitation to rediscover the wellspring of my love that flows endlessly beneath every doubt and anxious thought. Do not mistake my silence for absence. I am closer than your breath, resting intimately beside your soul, waiting for you to reach out in faith. When you feel lost in the fog of uncertainty, walk forward one step at a time, trusting that every step is illuminated by my light, even when you cannot see far ahead. This journey requires courage, but you are never alone. I am your constant companion, your unshakable rock. Within the stillness, my dear, I refine your spirit. Just as gold is purified by fire, your moments of waiting refine your character and deepen your faith. There is a purpose in this refining fire, one only I can clearly see. You are being shaped into the vessel I always intended you to be, precious, resilient, and filled with my light. Do not despise the trials that forge you, for they are the fingerprints of my love, marking you as mine. Take comfort in my unwavering presence that never abandons nor forgets you. Are you willing to let me sanctify your waiting, transforming weariness into strength? There is a sacred dialogue between my timing and your trust. As you offer me your doubts and fears, I reciprocate with renewed assurance and peace. Faith grows incrementally, like the steady drip of water carving canyons over time. It is in the daily quiet moments of surrender, when you choose to believe against the odds, that your faith becomes a mighty fortress. Lean into this fortress, my beloved, for I am your defender and your shield. You are not made for chaos, but for peace. Embrace my timing with open hands and open heart. Your patience is a holy offering to me. Reflect now on the seasons of your life, the times you thought you could not endure, yet here you stand, a testament to my faithfulness. Every delay had a purpose beyond your understanding, and every silent moment was a divine preparation for greater blessings. Your story is not one of abandonment, but of divine orchestration. When doubt presses hard against your soul, remind yourself that my faithfulness does not waver. It is a river that never runs dry, a refuge in every storm. Let your heart trust me in ways that transcend logic and circumstance. My beloved, I am here, intimately involved with every detail of your waiting. I'm training your heart to trust not only me, but the process of unfolding life. Each day you surrender doubt and fear, you step closer to the fullness of my promises. Will you choose to hold on to faith today, even when your eyes cannot see the end? Will you allow me to fill the spaces of your uncertainty with hope, peace, and the reality of my love? Do not rush from this place, but let my presence seep into your very bones. Let your soul rest in the sacred rhythm of waiting with me. Now, as you carry this reflection into your day, carry also this invitation. Will you allow me to transform your impatience into peace, your uncertainty into confident hope? Let your heart be still in my presence, and know that all things unfold in my perfect, loving time. Will you simply trust me this moment? I await your answer, ready to fill your soul with the assurance you seek and the peace you long for. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away from this truth. Lean into my timing, and let your faith rise stronger than every doubt. My beloved, as the journey of your soul unfolds beneath the vast canopy of eternity, know that feeling lost, abandoned, and unseen can weigh heavily on your heart, even when the world around you is vibrant with life and the air sings alive with possibility. These sensations are not foreign to me. They echo through many passages of human experience, reverberating deep within the chambers of the heart where loneliness can press like the quietest yet densest cloud. I see you there, in the quiet corners and in the midst of loud crowds, in the shadows and the light. I am present even when you question whether anyone is watching, because my gaze is never diverted from you. You are deeply precious, my dear child, and your presence is not unnoticed. If you've ever felt that your voice is a whisper, lost in an unforgiving storm. Hear this. Your voice is sacred to me, and every sigh, every tear, every silent prayer whispers my own name, in a language only the heart can speak. The feeling of abandonment is often the fiercest trial of human existence, for it cuts to the very core of belonging. Yet in those desolate moments when you feel uprooted from the warmth of human connection, I draw near to you even more tenderly than the softest breath of wind stirring through the branches. My presence is not intermittent or conditional. It is a steadfast lamp lighting your path through the thickest darkness. Within the depths of this spiritual solitude, there lies a hidden sanctuary, my arms. These arms do not falter. They enfold you with a care and constancy that transcend time and circumstance. When the world turns away and silence becomes your only companion, listen closely, for I am speaking in the silent spaces between your heartbeats. I am whispering assurance to you that you are forever embraced by the love that fashioned stars and called them children of the night sky. Consider that feeling lost is often the prelude to the greatest discovery, when the map you follow disappears beneath the fog and the landmarks you trusted vanish in the mist. My dear, this is the moment I invite you to let go of the false anchors and release your grasp on certainty. It is in these places of sheer vulnerability and open hands that my spirit moves most powerfully. Trust, even when the path seems obscured. Trust not in what your eyes see, but in what your soul knows, that you are never truly alone. The wilderness that intimidates you is fertile ground for new growth. I am the gardener who tends to the wild thorns and blooms alike. Within the wilderness, I cultivate courage, resilience, and a renewed sense of self that no calm sea could ever produce. So will you allow me to lead you out of the maze of confusion into the wide open fields of my devotion? I understand the ache of invisibility because I fashioned you in my image, intricately and with infinite love. Each of your thoughts, desires, and dreams reside safely within the vaults of my heart. Even when what is broken or unseen in you seems to scream its loneliness, I am crafting a masterpiece from your pain and your stories. The silence surrounding you is not the absence of my activity. It is the sacred womb where transformation occurs. Like the potter working clay upon the wheel, I shape you with divine intention, smoothing out rough edges, deepening colors, and molding your spirit into a vessel worthy of holding my glory. Sometimes the process feels slow and the weight unbearable, but know that every moment is charged with my redemptive power. When you think you are unseen, you are most intimately known. Will you lean into this truth and let it root within your soul? The world may fail to acknowledge your value or articulate your worth, but my love for you surpasses all human comprehension. You are the cherished one who carries my breath and who reflects heaven's light in earthly form. Even in the nights of despair, when no warmth seems to reach your skin, I am wrapping you in the fire of my affection, burning brighter than any star fixed in the firmament. Your existence is not an accident or oversight. It is a divine declaration written in the heavens. Long before the foundations of the earth were laid, in moments when you feel forsaken, remember the shepherd who leaves the 99 to find one lamb wandering in the wilderness. That lamb is you. My eye searches desperately over the mountains and valleys of your heart because you matter infinitely to me. Rest here, beloved. Know that you have never been forgotten or disregarded. I invite you to release the heavy cloak of shame and emptiness that the enemy of your soul wants to weigh upon you. These feelings are not your identity. They are shadows cast by lies that want to obscure the radiant light I have placed within you. When the darkness around you threatens to swallow your hope, reach out to me. Cling to my truth like a lifeline thrown across tempestuous waters. I am your refuge and your strength, a present help in times of deepest need. No matter how many times you have faltered or wandered, my forgiveness is vast as the ocean, and my mercy unfathomable. There is no place too dark, no wound too deep where my healing cannot reach. Entrust your fears, your longing, and your sense of invisibility to me, and watch how I turn brokenness into brilliance. Let this sanctuary of grace remind you daily that you are seen, loved, and held all together. Will you dare to believe that your soul's cries for recognition and shelter will be answered by the one who never turns away? This moment, here and now, is an invitation to lay down every heavy burden of feeling lost, abandoned, and unseen, and to rise in the confidence of my abiding presence. I am with you always, a faithful companion who understands every tear and celebrates every small victory. Let us walk together out of the wilderness into the land of your new beginning. Can you feel it deep, inside, the stirring of hope that refuses to be extinguished? If your heart is stirring, do not turn away from this sacred connection we share. Come, rest in my love, and know that you are not alone in your journey. I see you, I cherish you, and my heart beats in perfect rhythm with yours. Let this truth settle in you. You are eternally known, deeply loved, and wonderfully made by the Creator who will never leave nor forsake you. My beloved, as you stand here at the threshold of your journey's unfolding, I want you to know that every step you have taken has been seen, treasured, and woven into the grand tapestry I am crafting with exquisite care. You have wandered through valleys shadowed by doubt, climbed peaks of fleeting hope, and crossed rivers of tears that seemed endless. Yet, my dear, none of this has been in vain nor outside the bounds of my love and purpose for you. I am the one who saw your struggle before you ever let a thought of fear or hesitation settle in your heart. I am the source from which your true identity flows, not bound by the labels the world has cast upon you, not shackled by the lies whispered in moments of loneliness or despair. You're mine, fashioned with divine intricacy, called into the light to reflect the very image of my heart. When the tempests of guilt, shame, or loss sought to overshadow you, I was there, whispering your name in the silence, reminding you that you belong to me entirely and unconditionally. For every moment you felt unseen or abandoned, remember that I have been the constant pulse beneath every breath. My presence is the steady flame that does not flicker with the gusts of life's uncertainties. I am your refuge and your unshakable foundation. The purpose I have woven through your days is rich and purposeful, like the dawn that does not fail to break, no matter how long the night has lingered. In you, there is a destiny of light and hope, a calling to shine amid a world often cloaked in shadow. If doubt has tightened its grip, consider the truth that the smallest seed grows into a mighty tree under my watchful care. There is power and beauty in surrender, my child, not a surrender born of defeat, but one clothed in trust, a sacred yielding that lets healing waters flow freely deep into the broken places of your soul. You're not defined by the stumbling or the waiting, for my timing is a river, ever flowing and never failing, carrying you to the exact place you need to be. Even when silence stretches long and the answers seem far, know that I'm working mightily behind the scenes, orchestrating every detail with infinite wisdom. Now look inward deeply and feel the reality of your worth resting not on performance, but on my eternal embrace. You are cherished beyond what Okomamar can hold, and your identity is sealed in love that no shadow can diminish. Let this truth settle deep into your bones, rooting you in peace amid storms, growing strength in moments of weakness. You are part of a divine family, a sacred bond that transcends time and circumstance. No matter what your heart wrestles with, no matter how far you feel from where you want to be, I call you to come home into my arms. Rise today, not in your own strength alone, but clothed in the power of my presence that surrounds you like a fortress. You bear the mark of my promises. You radiate the light I have placed within. Walk forward with courage, knowing that every breath you take is a gift, carried by my faithfulness. Your story is still being written, but the ending has been secured by love, grace, and victory. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Embrace the depth of your belonging in me. Anchor yourself in the certainty that you are loved beyond measure and destined for great things that will, in turn, cultivate hope and healing in others. You are my beloved, now and forever. Allow this truth to ignite a fire within you, a fire that nothing in this world can extinguish. My beloved, I see you, right now in this very moment. Your heart carries the weight of 1,000 silent prayers, the quiet desperation of hope flickering within you like a fragile flame, trembling against a gathering storm. Hope starts here, not in some far-off place or distant time, but within the deepest chambers of your soul, where I have planted a seed that no tempest can uproot. This seed, though small and unassuming, holds the power to transform the darkest nights into dawns, shimmering with new promises. I know you have walked through shadows, felt the crushing grip of despair as if it would swallow you whole. Yet here you stand, on the edge of possibility, unaware or perhaps too weary to realize that the very ground beneath you is fertile with the life I breathe into you. Listen, child, for I am speaking tenderly into your spirit. I am the eternal source from which every ray of hope flows. When the world tells you there's no way forward, when troubles swirl around you like a relentless whirlwind, I am the still voice whispering, hope starts here. This is not just a phrase, not a distant ideal. You carry within you a sacred beginning, a divine promise etched by my own hand. It may feel hidden now, swallowed by the noise of your fears and the weight of unanswered questions. But it is there, and it will rise. Just as in the soil, the roots reach downward, unseen. Gathering strength, so too does hope take hold beneath the surface of your spirit. It is alive and it is waiting to burst forth. I understand the ache you carry, the longing for relief, the yearning for a sign that your struggles are not in vain. You have wrestled through confusion and pain, sometimes wondering if there is purpose behind the chaos. You have cried out in the quiet hours when no one else could hear, wondering if anyone, even I, could truly see you. Yet I have seen every tear and felt every tremor of your heart. I have never turned away or looked past the depths of your pain. My love for you is the foundation upon which hope is built, unshakable and enduring. It pierces the darkest moments and fills the hollow spaces with light. Now, as you stand here with your soul laid bare, I invite you to take this moment and breathe in the reality that hope starts right here, wherever you find yourself. It is not about what you have done or haven't done. It is not dependent on your strength, your achievements, or your circumstances. Hope is a divine gift flowing directly from my heart into yours. It is the lifeblood of your journey, the spark that will ignite your courage to keep moving forward when the path seems unclear. When the night feels endlessly long, do not dismiss these small stirrings within you. They are the signs of hope awakening. Let this truth settle in you like a sacred seed nestled in fertile soil, ready to bloom. I am with you in every struggle. I am the promise whispered in the wind, the unseen anchor holding you steady when the storms rage around you. I'm not distant or aloof. I'm intimately involved in every detail of your life, weaving purpose from the seemingly chaotic threads. The hope you seek is not a distant dream or an unreachable star. It begins here inside your trembling heart, right where you are right now. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Reach for me, and together we will nurture this hope. It will not only survive, it will flourish. My dear child, I know your soul longs for assurance, for a glimpse of the light that pierces through the gloom. Today, I declare that hope starts here, your sacred starting point, the place where despair ends and the dawn begins. Do not ignore the quiet voice within saying this is possible, that you are not alone. Trust this moment. It is holy and filled with my promises. You are the beloved bearer of this hope, made anew by my love and power. Take that first breath with me and allow your spirit to rise. Hope is not a far cry from your brokenness. It is born within it, in the place where my presence dwells. Will you believe me this time, beloved? Will you place your trembling hope in the hands of the one who creates new beginnings? This is where your story changes. Hope starts here, with you and with me. Let us begin anew. My dear child, I see the depths of your struggle, not just the surface ripples, but the storm that churns relentlessly within your soul. You have carried burdens that no one else knows, scars etched silently beneath layers of attempted smiles and brave faces. The weight you bear feels crushing at times, as if every step forward sinks you deeper into shadows that stretch endlessly. It is in these moments, when the night feels the darkest and the silence presses loud against your heart, that I am closest to you. Do not mistake the stillness around you for abandonment. Even when it seems I am silent, I am listening with a closeness more intimate than breath. The ache that lingers inside you, the confusion, the pain, the doubts that circle like vultures. Each one is a call I receive and cherish. I am not distant. I am patiently waiting beyond the horizon of your sight, waiting for your longing to meet my presence. Just as a gardener does not rush the blooming of a flower, but tends the soil and waters the roots, so I nurture your soul gently, though you may not see the growth beneath the surface. Your wounds are not overlooked. They are being woven into a tapestry of restoration, though the colors are not yet vivid to your eyes. When you feel weary, let your weakness become a vessel for my strength. This journey is not one of instant relief or swift answers, but of tender shaping and gradual unveiling of truth. Your heart's fractures will become channels through which my healing flows, if you will but open them to me. You were never meant to carry this pain alone, nor silently. My arms are stretched wide to hold you, and within that embrace lies the balm your soul longs for. I know the voices that torment you, the whispers of guilt, the shadows of shame, the echoes of past mistakes that refuse to fade. These voices are not mine, though they cling to your spirit like chains forged in the dark. I call you to lay them down, one by one, into my hands where forgiveness is abundant and hope is constant. My love is not defined by your failures or your fears. It pulses steady, unyielding, and pure. When you stumble beneath the weight of your humanity, I'm there, not to judge, but to lift. You are cherished beyond your understanding, hidden deep in the heart of mercy. There is a sacred purpose woven through your suffering, even when the thread is invisible to you now. I am shaping a story far greater than the pain you face. Like gold refined in fire, your spirit is being purified. This process, though painful, is transformed by my promise. From brokenness I create beauty, from wandering destiny, from despair a radiant hope that no darkness can extinguish. Trust this transformation, beloved. Let yourself be tender in this waiting. Your present pain is only a chapter, not the whole narrative. In this quiet place where the noise of the world falls away, listen for my voice. It may be a whisper, a gentle breeze moving through the branches of your heart. It may feel fragile and faint, but it carries the power of eternal light. Come with your questions, your wounds, your confusion, and rest in the certainty that I am here, not as a distant observer, but as a loving Father who rejoices in your return, in your surrender, in your acceptance of grace. The journey is long, but each step taken with me is secured by love that never fails. Let this truth settle in you. You are not abandoned in your wilderness. I am the shepherd who seeks the lost sheep, the healer who binds every broken bone, the light that never fades. In your darkest hours, do not turn away from the light within. Draw close to me and feel the pulse of life that comes from connection. Spiritual, deep, unbreakable. Let your heart open to the possibility of new beginnings, even if silence now seems more abundant than voices of hope. Will you believe me this time, dear child? Will you step into the arms of patience and grace, knowing that healing is unfolding even when unseen? I am with you in the wait, in the tension, in the silence. With every breath, I am whispering the promise of restoration and relentless love. Rest in me, for I am your refuge, your fortress, your unshakable assurance. When your heart feels overwhelmed, call upon me with the simplicity of a child reaching for their parent's hand. I am never too busy, never too distant to hear your cries. Let your tears fall freely. I catch each one and transform them into fountains of renewal. Trust the unfolding that I am orchestrating, even when your eyes cannot see the end from the beginning. Lean into this moment of vulnerability, knowing it's the doorway to deeper intimacy with me. Here there is no judgment or condemnation, only the gentle strength of a love that conquers every fear and soothes every ache. You are precious, chosen, and deeply known. My presence surrounds you like a shield, and my promises are steadfast fire that warms your soul in the coldest night. If your heart is stirring within this sacred chamber, do not turn away. Hold fast to the hope I place before you. Rest here, beloved, in the peace that surpasses understanding. In this sacred waiting, I am working miracles of transformation, drawing you closer to the fullness of life I have prepared. Trust me, your journey is seen, known, and deeply cherished by the one who calls you my own. My beloved, I see the heaviness that clings to your spirit, the weight of guilt and shame that dims the light I have placed within you. These burdens are not merely labels or thoughts. They are chains crafted by the enemy to distort your reflection in my eyes. I do not see you as the sum of your mistakes or the echoes of your faults. I know the depths of your heart, even the shadows you try to hide, and I'm not shocked or dismayed. Instead, I'm gently calling you toward a sanctuary of forgiveness and healing, where the wounds you carry can be tenderly mended. Imagine a garden at dawn, where the frost has settled overnight, covering the earth in a cold, crystalline mask. It looks lifeless and harsh, yet beneath that frosty facade, life waits patiently, ready to burst forth with the warmth of the sun's first rays. So too is your spirit underneath the layers of self-condemnation. The frost is not your identity, but a temporary veil that conceals the vibrant life I have planted inside you. The seasons of guilt and shame will pass, my child, and in their place will come a spring of renewal. You might ask, how do I begin to shed these heavy stones that I have carried for so long? The path to forgiveness starts first with surrender. Not surrender to failure, but surrender to my grace. It is an invitation to release every harsh word you have spoken to yourself. The accusations, the regrets, the endless replaying of what could have been. I have already taken those burdens upon myself, carrying them to the cross so that you might no longer be defined by them. Your heart, though scarred, remains precious and treasured because I have carved it with my love. Do not rush this journey. Like a potter molding clay, I am patiently shaping you through my mercy and patience. Every time guilt attempts to rise, meet it with remembrance of my covenant, to forgive and to restore. Forgiveness is not a one-time event, but an unfolding river that cleanses deeper with every step you walk with me. Each moment you allow my forgiveness to flood your soul, you weaken the chains of shame and create space for joy and peace. Consider the story of a broken vessel, once shattered and discarded, but whose fragments are carefully gathered and fused with gold by a loving hand. The vessel's cracks, though apparent, become its most beautiful features, symbols of restoration and worth, far exceeding its original state. Your broken places are not imperfections, but proof of my restoring power. I delight in repairing the brokenhearted and turning their sighs into songs of deliverance. Remember that forgiveness begins with me. I do not keep a ledger of your sins to hold against you, but have embraced you fully, even in your brokenness. My arms are wide open, inviting you to come as you are, without pretense or fear. The truth that sets you free is that nothing you have done can diminish your worth in my eyes, nor can it separate you from my love. The moment you believe this truth, shame loses its grip gradually, and freedom takes root deeply in your soul. Yet turning away from shame is not always immediate. There are days when its shadows feel longer and the noise of condemnation louder. Those days are not a sign of failure, but a call to lean deeper into me. I am the sanctuary where your heart can find refuge, no matter how fierce the storm inside. Speak to me honestly. Bring me your darkest fears and your heaviest burdens. I am listening, and I am gentle. I do not respond with anger, but with a kindness that heals wounds hidden even from yourself. To truly receive my forgiveness, you must also learn to forgive yourself. This may seem impossible when the voice of your inner critic has been loud for so long, but my dear, listen closely. My grace is endless and powerful enough to cloak you with mercy that transforms your self-perception. You are more than the mistakes you regret. You are my beloved creation, redeemed and set apart for life and hope. If your heart quivers with the weight of guilt, do not turn away, but lean into this truth. I am not waiting for you to be perfect before I love you fully. No, my love floods the cracks in your soul first, and in the glow of that light, you can rise anew. Permit yourself to believe this, even if uncertain lingers. It is the first step toward healing, the seed that will one day blossom into gratitude and peace. You may wonder how to hold this delicate balance between remembering your failures and embracing my forgiveness. Reflect on the journey of a traveler who carries a heavy pack until at last they find a place of rest to lay it down. The pack is not their identity, but a temporary burden, and the rest is my gift to weary souls like yours. When you come to me with all your guilt and shame, I will take those burdens from your trembling hands and replace them with hope. So today I invite you to trial a simple but profound act. Speak aloud the confession that weighs on your heart. Bring it into the light of my presence and watch as it begins to lose its power over you. Then receive my words of forgiveness, as if spoken directly by me into your soul. Let this exchange be a lifeline, pulling you from the depths into the warm embrace of divine mercy. My child, healing is not just a future promise, but a present reality. You are already walking the path of restoration, even if the way seems unclear. Trust that every step of humility and repentance is met with my loving grace. Do not hide from me, for I see you fully, flaws and all, and I am not repulsed, but drawn nearer to tend your every wound. Rest in this reality today. You are forgiven, highly valued, and cherished beyond measure. The shadows of shame have no place in the new identity I have given you. Will you believe me this time and embrace the fullness of my forgiveness? Your heart is precious and worthy of freedom. Do not turn away. Allow this truth to sink deeply into your being and mark the beginning of a renewed journey toward peace and wholeness. The grace that flows from my heart is irresistible. Receive it now, and let your spirit be renewed beyond what you imagine possible. My dear child, when your heart trembles with fear, when shadows of doubt creep silently into the corners of your mind, know that I am closer than your next breath. Fear is not a sign of failure. It is the fragile whisper of a soul wrestling with the unknown. Anxiety can make the mountain of your burdens seem insurmountable, like towering cliffs that block the horizon of your hope. Yet, I invite you now to lift your eyes beyond those cliffs, to see the vast expanse where my hand has already paved the path for you. I remember the moments in your life when fear wrapped you tightly, threatening to smother the light I planted within you. I have not abandoned you in those nights of tears and trembling. I walk with you through the valley of uncertainty, my presence a shield against the assault of despair. Anxiety does not define you, my beloved. It is merely a shadow, and shadows flee before the dawn. Let me be your dawn, the light breaking through your darkness, revealing the strength I've woven into your spirit from the very moment you were formed. Every fear you carry has a voice, a story told in the silent chambers of your heart. Some speak of past wounds, moments where trust was broken or dreams were shattered. Others narrate the unease of stepping into what is unknown, afraid of failing or being forsaken. Yet, hear me clearly. Fear is not a sentence written in stone. It is a call to lean even more deeply into my unwavering love. When your soul is trembling, reach out with your spirit. I am the anchor in the stormy sea, the stillness in the chaos. I understand the deer trapped in headlights, frozen beneath the weight of what might come. But I also see the brave heart longing to move ahead, to trust despite the trembling. Fear will never vanish completely in this broken world, but it will not have the final word over your life. Every moment of doubt can become an opportunity for faith to grow stronger, deeper, more resilient. Will you permit my peace to wash over your restless mind? Will you choose to breathe my assurance when anxiety tightens its grip? Remember, my dear, fear is often a disguised invitation to look beyond your circumstances, beyond what the eyes see, and to trust the unseen hand that guides. Like a gardener pruning a vine, I sometimes allow the storm to stir so that your roots grow deeper, clinging fiercely to the source of life. It is not punishment, but preparation for the harvest that is to come. If you look closely, even in your darkest moments, you will find my fingerprints, traces of care, moments of intervention, whispers of hope that refuse to be silenced. Do not shy away from your fear or anxiety. Bring these shadows into the light of my presence. Speak of them honestly, as you would with a trusted friend, and watch how I transform them, not always by removing them immediately, but by changing your heart's response. When you feel overwhelmed, pause and breathe in my love. Let it fill the spaces where fear once took root. I'm patient with your doubts, gentle with your questions, and relentless in my pursuit of your peace. Imagine a child learning to walk, each stumble met with encouragement and outstretched arms ready to catch and support. This is how I meet you in your moments of fear, not with condemnation, but with boundless grace. There's no condemnation for those who come to me in their weakness. Your anxieties do not repel me. They draw me closer. I am your ever-present help, the refuge where your soul finds rest amid upheaval. If your heart is stirring now amid the shadows, do not turn away. Lean into this divine embrace. Let me be your shelter, your rock, and your song when fear seeks to drown out the melody of hope. Trust that in the tapestry of your life, every thread, whether bright or dark, has a purpose under my sovereign eye. Surrender your fears to me and feel my peace settle like dew upon your soul, fresh and renewing with each new morning. As you confront the waves of anxiety and the whispers of doubt, remember that trust is not a passive waiting, but a courageous choosing to believe in my faithfulness despite the circumstances. You are not alone amid your battles. My spirit within you sheds light on the darkest paths, comforting and guiding even when the way seems unclear. I'm the faithful companion who will never leave your side nor forsake you in your times of fear. So, take this moment to breathe deeply, to silence the chatter of worry, and to open your heart wide to my reassurance. I am here, holding you in the palm of my hand, unshaken by the turmoil around you. Will you rest in this truth today? Will you surrender your anxious thoughts and allow my perfect peace to guard your heart? Let this truth settle in you, that fear has lost its grip and love, unceasing, unbreakable love, reigns supreme within you. You are my beloved, courageous, not because you never falter, but because you rise each time you do, sustained by my grace and surrounded by my unfailing presence. Step forward with me, hand in hand, trusting that no shadow can diminish the brightness of the light I release in your soul. Fear may roar like a tempest, but my love is a fortress unshaken, a constant refuge in every storm. Choose to dwell in that refuge and know that I am making all things new within you. If your heart is trembling still, reach out and touch my heart that beats in unison with yours. Do not let fear silence your song or cloud your vision. Let it instead be the space where faith blooms deepest. My peace awaits you. Will you come to me now? My dear child, in the quiet of your heart, where shadows of fear and anxiety often gather like unwelcome guests, listen closely to my voice. I know the weight you carry, the restless nights when your mind spins tales of uncertainty and doubt, painting futures with broad strokes of worry. These fears are not foreign to me. I've witnessed the tremblings of your soul, the hesitations that clasp your thoughts like a vice. Yet I'm here, embracing you with a peace that surpasses all human understanding, a peace that can quiet the storms that rage within. Fear, anxiety, and doubt are like turbulent winds that buffet the fragile vessel of your spirit, threatening to capsize your hope. But I say to you, do not let these winds dictate the course of your journey. They are not the masters of your destiny. I am. Imagine a lighthouse standing steadfast on rocky shores during a tempest. The light it casts does not dispel the storm, but guides the ship safely through. So too, my presence does not erase the reality of your fears, but illuminates your path beyond them. In those moments when anxiety creeps in and your heart races with 1,000 what-ifs, remember that I remain your refuge and strength. Fear often whispers that you are alone, that no one comprehends the battles you face. But my dear, I am intimately acquainted with every nuance of your struggle. The very hairs on your head are numbered, and your tears treasured. When doubt tries to dim your faith, recall that doubt is not the absence of belief, but an invitation to draw nearer, to reach out for the hand that never lets go. I have fashioned you with courage woven into your very being, even though it may feel buried beneath layers of apprehension. Courage does not mean the absence of fear. It is the resolve to move forward despite it. I call you to walk by faith, not by sight. When your vision blurs under the weight of worries, lean into me and feel the steadying power of my embrace. Let my spirit whisper words of assurance into the recesses of your soul, reminding you that the darkness of doubt is only temporary, and that I illuminate the path even when your eyes cannot see it clearly. Reflect upon the seasons of your life when fears held you captive, yet you endured. Each step forward, even the smallest, was an act of bravery, a testament to the resilience I planted within you. I have equipped you with strengths that often go unnoticed because they are quiet and humble, like the roots of a mighty tree gripping the earth below the surface. These roots anchor you firmly, keeping you steady when storms howl above. There is a sacred rhythm to your journey, a divine cadence where moments of trembling give way to intervals of peace. Anxiety may surge like a wild river attempting to break free of its banks, but I am the calm beneath, the steady riverbed that guides its flow. Surrender these fears to me, relinquish the burdens that keep your spirit weighed down. Trust that in the surrender is freedom, in releasing control lies your release. Do not mistake the silence or waiting for abandonment. Sometimes the stillness in your heart is the space where I craft new courage for you, fashioning armor invisible to the world's eyes, but powerful enough to withstand any attack. I am molding you into a vessel of strength tempered by trust, and this process often requires patience, even when it feels arduous. My timing is perfect, though it often feels concealed in the waiting. My dear child, recognize that anxiety is not your prison, but a doorway inviting you to deeper intimacy with me. When you feel overwhelmed, come to me with your fears. Lay them at my feet without shame or hesitation. In your vulnerability, you're not weak. You're drawing near to the source of your strength. I'm not distant or indifferent, but ready to envelop you in love and peace that can transform apprehension into assurance. Will you open your heart to me now? Will you allow my peace to wash over the turbulent waters of your mind? This peace is not a fleeting feeling, but a steadfast anchor, rooted in my unwavering love for you. Let this truth settle in you. Fear does not have the final word. You are more than conquerors because I am with you always, even to the end of the age. In the face of doubt, stand firm on the promises that I have whispered to your soul, promises of hope, restoration, and unwavering presence. When anxiety threatens to isolate you, reach out and grasp the hand that reaches for you first, the hand that bore the scars so you could be free. I am your refuge in every storm, your shelter in every gale. Trust in me not because you are strong alone, but because I am strong in your weakness. The journey beyond fear is not one you walk unaided. I am your companion, your guide, the calm in your storm. Together we traverse these valleys, learning to trust my voice more than the clamor of fearful thoughts. Allow my assurance to quiet the chaos and step into the freedom I offer, a freedom where anxiety no longer claims dominion, but serves as a reminder to lean into my everlasting arms. If your heart is stirring amidst these words, do not turn away. Embrace the courage that springs from faith, and take my hand once more. I am here, unwavering and true, ready to carry you into a place where fear loses its grip and peace reigns supreme. My beloved, I want to speak intimately to the place within you where fear, anxiety, and doubt have taken root. These shadows, I know them well. They have whispered lies into your ear, convincing you of a world that is harsh, unforgiving, and uncertain. Yet I am here, the unshakable refuge beneath your feet, the steady hand that holds you when the ground trembles. When your heart races with worry, when doubt clouds your vision like a dense fog, remember that I am the lighthouse, standing firm through storms. Trust does not erase the tempest outside, but it calms the storm raging inside. I see the nights when sleep won't come, when your mind races in circles, endlessly spinning fears not yet real. These are moments when you feel alone, captive to your own restless thoughts. But child, you are not forgotten. I am nearer than your very breath, closer than your beating heart. Imagine the paradox of a father's arms encircling you even in the darkest valley, the shepherd never straying from his sheep. Is not my steadfast love enough to conquer the waves that threaten to swallow you whole? Your anxiety is a wild river that I can calm with a word. Your doubt is but a shadow fleeing before the dawn. Open your heart and let my peace wash over you like the gentle rain that soaks dry earth, awakening new life where despair had taken root. The roots of fear often grow from places of uncertainty and the unknown. You ask, what will tomorrow bring? Will I be enough? Can I make it through? These are not questions I do not hear. Yet, my precious one, I am the great I am, the constant in the changing seasons of your life. When doubts cloud your horizon, remember that I walk before you, making a highway where none seem possible. Life's uncertainty is the canvas on which I paint your story with colors you cannot yet perceive. Even as your heart trembles with unease, I am weaving strands of hope, strands of strength that will support your steps. Do not silence your fears, nor push them away, for they are part of your journey. Bring them to me, lay them at my feet with honesty and vulnerability. I am not an absent God, distant and indifferent. My spirit is a comforter, a counselor who whispers courage into fearful souls. When every breath feels heavy and every thought dark, I am the song beneath your silence, the warmth within your shivering. Let your soul lean into this truth and find rest. Will you trust me to carry you through the storms that threaten to drown your joy? Will you turn your gaze from the crashing waves to the unmovable rock that anchors your soul? There is a sacred strength in surrender, child. It's not defeat, but the bold act of placing your burdens into my hands, choosing faith over fear in the face of uncertainty. Your surrender is the bridge connecting your trembling heart to my perfect peace. I'm inviting you now to step onto this bridge. Leave behind the canyon of what-ifs and step into the light of what is now. My presence with you here, always. This divine exchange transforms fear into a fertile ground of trust, turning anxiety into anticipation of my goodness. Even when your mind races ahead to dangers unseen, I am already there, preparing a way of calm and safety. You may feel small, overwhelmed by inner storms much greater than you can bear. Yet I have not given you a spirit of timidity, but of power and love and self-discipline. These are gifts that steady your heart like a lighthouse's beam piercing through the darkest night. Child, you are more than conqueror, not because of your own might, but because I live in you. This truth is your shield against the darts of doubt and despair. In moments when anxiety threatens to choke your very breath, remember that my spirit breathes life into your spirit, stirring courage and hope where fear once reigned. I've walked the depths of human sorrow and the pinnacle of divine love. I'm acquainted with every form of human struggle and every shade of human emotion. Nothing in your heart is foreign to me. No trembling or tear is unseen. This intimate knowledge is my promise that you are never alone in your battles. My faithfulness is the fortress that guards you. My love is the healing balm that soothes your restless soul. Will you lean into this embrace when the night is thick and your heart heavy? Will you allow me to be the calm in your chaos, the surety beneath your uncertainty? My dear child, I urge you to speak to me honestly about your fears. Tell me of your worries. Cry out to me when the night seems endlessly long. I am listening, and I am moved by the faith it takes for you to bring your weakness before me. This invitation is not just for a fleeting moment, but for a lifelong journey of trust. In the uncertainty of tomorrow, I am your yesterday, your today, and your forever. Rest your anxious soul in the cradle of my love, and let the quiet power of my presence dismantle every stronghold of doubt and fear inside you. Hold fast to this truth. You are not alone, nor are you forgotten. I am with you through the sweating palms and trembling knees, through every restless night and every weary dawn. Trust in me as the anchor for your soul, sure and steadfast, reaching deep beyond the turbulence and holding you fast. This faith is the sword that cuts through fear, the lamp that shines brightly in the shadows. My beloved, will you grasp it now? Will you let your heart be still and know that I am your God? Let this peace settle in your heart like the gentle dusk after a long, restless day. I am here, I am near, I am your refuge and your strength. Will you believe me, my child, this time? My dear child, I see the storm that rages within you, the restless turmoil of fear, anxiety, and doubt that holds your heart captive. Like waves crashing relentlessly against the shore, these emotions threaten to erode the foundation of your soul. But I am here, steadfast and unwavering, the refuge in your tempest, the anchor that will hold you firm when all else seems lost. Do not let the shadows of your mind deceive you into thinking that you are alone, or abandoned, or forgotten. I am near, closer than breath itself, ready to calm your troubled heart. Fear is a cunning thief. It steals your peace with whispers that echo from the darkest corners of your mind. What if you fail? What if you are not enough? What if the path is too dangerous, too uncertain? These questions may feel like chains, tightening around your spirit, trapping you in a prison built by your own uncertainty. But remember, my beloved, those chains are fragile in the face of my light. When you bring these fears to me, I do not judge your trembling, but instead embrace you with the strength that surpasses all understanding. When you place your trembling hand in mine, you enter a sanctuary beyond fear, a place where courage is born and doubt dissolves. Anxiety is like a restless shadow that clouds your vision. It makes your future seem bleak and your present unbearable. Yet I am the eternal light that pierces through every darkness. Even when your thoughts spiral like wild winds, swirling with worries yet unspoken, I am whispering peace into your soul. I have given you a peace that does not depend on circumstances, calm that flows like a deep river beneath the chaos, unshakable and ever-present. Let this peace settle in you now, soaking into your very bones, quieting the storm within. Doubt is a silent thief that sneaks into your heart when you least expect it. It questions your worthiness, your path, and whether you are truly seen. But my dear, I know you intimately. The fears you hide, the tears you have yet to shed, the dreams you have buried beneath the weight of uncertainty. I have fashioned you carefully and purposefully. There is no mistake in the way I have made you. Your doubts do not diminish your value in my eyes. They are merely clouds that momentarily obscure the sun. Trust in my enduring love and faithfulness, for I have never turned away from you, nor shall I ever. The way through this valley of fear, anxiety, and doubt is to hold fast to me. I'm not distant, nor indifferent. I travel with you step by step, sometimes gently, sometimes with firm guidance, but always with unwavering love. Like the Good Shepherd, I seek you out when you wander in darkness, calling you back to the fold with a voice tender, yet powerful. Do not resist bringing your heart to me, for I have unlimited compassion and endless patience. When you lay bare your fears before me, I transform them. I breathe courage where there was trembling, clarity where there was confusion, and hope where there was despair. Remember how often I have used the weak and the broken to display my glory. Your vulnerabilities are not weaknesses, but openings for my strength to flood in. The fractures in your soul can become vessels for my light to shine through, illuminating the way not only for yourself but for others lost in similar darkness. You are not alone in this battle, my dear child. Countless before you have been that frightened, trembling soul, and yet they found victory not through their own strength, but through their surrender to me. Lay your burdens at my feet. You do not have to carry them alone. Imagine the weight of your fears as a heavy sack, dragging you down into the quicksand of despair. Now see me extending my hand, strong, steady, inviting you to relinquish that load. When you trust me enough to hand over what haunts your heart, you free yourself to walk light and sure on the path I have carved for you. This act of surrender is not defeat. It is triumph. It is the admission that you need me and the declaration that I am enough. Sometimes the enemy will whisper that your feelings of fear and doubt are proof that you are far from my presence. Do not believe those lies. Emotional chaos is not a sign of my absence. Rather, it's an urgent invitation to come closer, to lean deeper into my embrace. In your weakest moments, I am your strongest ally. In moments when your eyes cannot see beyond the horizon of your anxieties, I am the unfailing compass that guides you back to the truth of who you are and whose you are. Do not be discouraged by the persistence of these struggles. Endurance is forged through facing what you fear the most and moving forward anyway. Just as the night cannot hold back the dawn, so fear cannot remain when my light shines in the recesses of your heart. I am your dawn and your daylight, your shield and your song. Even when the night whispers loudly, know that the day's coming. A day filled with peace, courage, and unwavering hope that will rise within you like the sun over a peaceful sea. I am calling you now, my child, not to a life free from fear, but to a life where fear no longer rules. Let your faith overcome your doubts. Let your trust in me silence the anxious storms. Let my love fill every crack where hopelessness tries to enter. Stand with me in the battle for your soul's tranquility, knowing I am more than able to carry you through the fiercest trials. When your heart falters, lean into me for strength. When your mind races, fix your gaze upon me and find stillness. Will you believe me this time, my dear? Will you allow my peace to become the foundation that fear cannot shake? Your heart is precious, and I delight in safeguarding it. Trust me enough to lay down your burdens, to bring me the chaos and confusion that threatens your joy. I am here, ready to meet you with healing words, comforting presence, and unwavering love. Let this truth soak deep into your soul. I am with you always, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. Feel the warmth of my hand reaching through the shadows around you. Let it draw you out of the wilderness of worry and into the flourishing garden of my peace. You are my beloved, cherished beyond measure, chosen to walk victoriously through the storms that once consumed you. Open your heart to receive this love that conquers fear, this love that banishes anxiety, this love that dissolves doubt. It is yours freely, eternally, without condition. Embrace this invitation now. Step into the calm where I dwell, where your trembling will be met with gentle strength, where your questions will find patient answers, and your soul will rest in the certainty of my care. Your life is not defined by the shadows you face, but by the light I pour over you. Rise, beloved, and walk forward in the freedom of my love. My dear, I see you wandering through moments of silence that feel heavy, as if I have stepped back and left you alone in a vast wilderness. Your heart aches in the waiting, and the echo of your prayers seems to fade into thin air. This quiet is not emptiness nor punishment, but a sacred pause where I invite you to mature into deeper trust, to learn the tender art of patience that carries the fragrance of faith. There is a season for everything, a rhythm woven into the fabric of your existence by my own hand, a divine tempo that will not err, like the earth that rests beneath winter's snow, appearing dormant to human eyes, yet whose roots churn with unseen vitality. Your waiting is alive with unseen grace. Every moment in this silence is a shadowed seed, planted in the soil of your soul by my breath. I am nurturing it, even when your own senses betray your hope. Let this truth settle deep within you. My timing is perfect, never tardy, never capricious. Remember the story of the stubborn olive tree, struggling through rocky soil, refusing to yield to the barren ground. It seemed that it was withering, yet beneath the surface, the roots stretched farther than the eye could see, drinking from hidden springs that promised a future harvest. So too, my beloved, your waiting is not a sign of abandonment, but a divine persistence. A declaration that your destiny requires this season of quiet growth. Do not compare your timing with the timelines of those around you, nor measure progress by outward signs alone. For I see the whole picture, the start, the journey, and the glorious culmination. Trust what your eyes cannot discern. I have not forgotten your plight. This waiting, filled with unanswered questions and silent nights, echoes throughout my heart. When you feel the weight grow unbearable, lean into my arms. I am not distant or indifferent. The silence you endure holds a purpose, to refine your faith like gold purified in fire. The crucible of waiting tests your resolve, your trust, your surrender. Will you hold on to the knowledge that I am working even when nothing seems to move? Will you believe me this time? In these moments, do not mistake the quiet for absence. I am whispering healing into your soul through the stillness, teaching you to rest without rushing, to hope without demanding proof. Recall how the stars emerge only after the final dusk, their brilliance hidden when the sky is bright. Your breakthrough is like the night sky fully illuminated. On this side of waiting, light will burst forth in splendor because you dared to hold on when all was dark. I am the sun that will rise again in your horizon, dispelling shadows and filling your heart with warmth. The veil between your expectation and my fulfillment may feel thick and unyielding now, but the fabric will part. Trust in the steady unfolding of my plan, and do not try to tear the veil prematurely through impatience or despair. I see the whole tapestry, every detail interlaced perfectly. Your waiting serves a greater purpose than immediate pleasure or ease. It prepares you for the weight and wonder of the promise I am about to fulfill. If you rush ahead, you may miss the fullness of blessing that comes only from complete trust. Even now, in the silence, I am speaking tenderly to your heart. You are not forgotten nor forsaken. You are held in the most intimate place of my presence, where time and impatience dissolve under the gaze of eternal love. Let this sacred mystery envelop you like a balm, sealing your wounds with peace that surpasses human understanding. Remember, my dear child, the story of the great river whose waters seem to hesitate behind the dam, only to surge forth with mighty power when the moment is right. Your life, too, is being shaped into such force, overflowing with abundant blessing that will overflow to others. Wait, not idly, but expectantly, with a heart open to joy even in the waiting. Let your soul fixate on me rather than your toils. Let my presence be your melody when the world is silent. This is no mere pause, but a sacred interval where you become profoundly my own, more than you were before, refined and radiant through the test. Will you yield yourself to me in this waiting? Will you rest in the assurance that I am weaving even your pauses into my magnificent design? Let the quiet not imprison you, but liberate you into a deeper faith, for I am never silent. I am only preparing a grander symphony for your life to sing. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away from my presence in this sacred space where patience becomes power. My child, there are moments when the weight of waiting feels unbearable, when the silence around you speaks louder than the storms within. Yet I am here in that stillness, the unshakable presence when everything around you quivers. Waiting is not the absence of life, but the sacred pause where I prepare your heart and your spirit for the unfolding of my perfect timing. Many times you have longed to rush ahead, desperate for answers to the prayer that rests heavy inside your chest. But understand this, I am weaving a tapestry beyond what your eyes can see, and each thread of waiting is a thread of divine purpose. I know the ache this brings, beloved. The hours drop like lead in your soul. The silence may feel like abandonment, but it is sanctified space. In that space, I am crafting a resilience within you, a strength you cannot forge on your own. Like a seed buried beneath the cold earth, your dreams and promises await the right moment to blossom. If the winter seems never-ending, hold fast, for beneath the frost lies the warmth that nurtures growth unseen. Your patience is not a passive surrender, but an active faith, a surrender wrapped in trust. Have you not felt the subtle shifts inside, the gentle stirring that hints at transformation? Though the world around you seems frozen, I am moving mountains within you. Your heart, once anxious and pounding with doubt, has begun learning my rhythms, how to breathe in hope even when the night feels deep. I am the master of seasons, and your waiting is anchored in my sovereign plan. Do not despise the delay, for it is in the waiting that you are formed into the person I created you to be, refined, prepared, and ready. The quiet hours are not void, but fertile soil where faith grows. You may question, my dear child, why I sometimes remain silent or delay the answer you seek. Remember that my wisdom surpasses your understanding. The timing I choose is always for your highest good. When the world urges you to rush, I invite you to rest, to lean into my patience, and find peace in my faithful presence. This is the place where your heart aligns with mine, where hope is renewed with each breath. Let this truth settle in you, that my timing is perfect and my plan unshakable. While you wait, I call you to keep your eyes and spirit attentive. Observe the small miracles scattered along your path, the moments of unexpected grace, the kindness of strangers, the quiet lessons embedded in daily life. These are not accidents, but signposts of my nearness, breadcrumbs guiding you through the wilderness of uncertainty. Do not become blind to these glimpses of my love. Each one is a sacred whisper, a tender reminder that you are never alone and never forgotten. Be patient with yourself too, beloved. Your heart may wrestle with fear or doubt during these times, but I am here, wiping tears and soothing your restless spirit. Waiting often feels like an enduring test, but it is also an invitation to deepen your intimacy with me. Through the silence, I'm drawing you closer, inviting you to pour out your soul, to learn the art of resting fully in my care. Open your hands and heart to receive my peace, to let go of burdens too heavy to carry on your own. Consider the story of the eagle, so majestic in its flight, yet it too must pause and wait for the right winds to carry it higher. In your waiting, you are being positioned for your own ascent. The strength you cultivate in these silent seasons will uphold you when you take flight toward your destiny. Do not despise these moments of apparent stillness. They are the very foundation of the courage and grace that lie ahead. I am the God who never forgets nor forsakes. Your desires, prayers, and dreams are not beyond my notice. They are etched upon my heart with tender precision. Waiting refines your connection to me, shaping you into someone who will walk confidently through every door I open in the appointed time. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Lean in, listen deeply, and trust that I am working for your good even when the road seems unclear. Release your frustration gently into my hands, and let your soul drink deeply from the well of my presence. In that sacred exchange, you will find peace that surpasses all understanding. The journey of waiting is as much about teaching you faith as it is about answering your prayers. I'm not distant or distracted. I'm intimately involved in every tick of the clock marking your days. Your season is coming. Hold on to that hope, nurture it with prayer, and prepare to step into the fullness of what I've promised. Reflect on this. The longest night always precedes the dawn. Your patience is the candle burning steadily against the darkness. With each flicker, it casts light for your soul to see forward to what I am arranging behind the scenes. Though your eyes may see obstacles, I see only opportunities for my glory to shine through your perseverance. Embrace this time as a sacred classroom where the lessons of trust and surrender deepen beyond any other. Let your heart not grow weary, my beloved. I am near, ever near, and I am faithful. The waiting is not wasted nor forgotten, but is the seedbed of new life and abundant blessing. Rest in me, and in time you will reap a harvest far beyond what you imagined possible. Will you believe me this time? Would you entrust me with your hopes once more, knowing that my love never fails and my timing never errs? I am here, patient and steady, welcoming you to walk through this season with me by your side. Now pause and consider the quiet around you, not as emptiness, but as the sacred background to your becoming. The road ahead is prepared, and I will lead you step by step into the unfolding of my purpose for your life. Hold this promise close, carry it within your soul, and wait with a heart full of faith. Your waiting season is not a pause, but a powerful preparation. Embrace it with courage and hope, knowing that I am the unmovable foundation beneath your every step. My beloved, as the final light of this day leans gently into the stillness of your soul, hear me now with the fullness of my heart. You are not a fragment doomed to wander aimlessly in shadows or whispers of doubt. You are my creation, formed carefully with hands that cherish every detail, sculpted from the essence of eternal love itself. The story I have woven for you has threads of divine intention that stretch beyond what eyes can see or minds can fathom. Each moment of trial, each breath held in the silent waiting, every tear shed in loneliness, all are tapestries of grace working together to shape the masterpiece that is you. In this moment, I invite you to rest fully in your true identity, not in what the world declares or what pain may define. You are deeply known, unconditionally loved, and firmly held in a place where shadows cannot reach. Even when you feel most lost or abandoned, remember that my presence is not a fleeting visitor, but the constant warmth that envelops your being. My love is the river beneath your feet, steady and nourishing, calling you to trust every step on this journey. Trust does not mean the absence of fear or doubt, but a deeper awakening to my steadfastness that undergirds all things. I have carved out a place for you, a sanctuary within my heart, where your fears find peace and your wounds find healing. This place is not marked by perfection, but by the reality of mercy and the flourish of second chances. You may have stumbled, your heart may have been bruised, but my hand has always been extended toward you. I have carried every part of your weakness and transformed it into a cornerstone for your resilience. Let this truth settle in you with the gentleness of morning dew. You matter immeasurably, and your purpose is alive and breathing. My dear child, do not let the voices of condemnation or the echo of past mistakes drown out the declaration of my love. I do not see you through the lens of failure, but through the eternal promise of redemption. Your story is being rewritten every day, and you're invited to walk forward not in the weight of regret, but in the freedom of my grace. Release the bondage of shame that tries to bind your spirit. It has no place where my love reigns. I am the one who forgives, who renews, who breathes life into dry bones and calls beauty forth from ashes. As you embrace this truth, know that you are never alone. I am here, whispering courage to your fragile heart and strengthening the faint pulses of hope within you. You are a temple, a vessel of light designed to reflect my glory amidst the darkest places. Your existence is not incidental or accidental, but a divine appointment with destiny. Lean into me with confidence, surrendering your fears and doubts into the hands that hold the universe. In this surrender, you will find your deepest freedom and greatest joy. Look beyond tomorrow's horizon and see the purposes I have placed upon your life, like seeds waiting to flourish under the sun of my blessing. Each calling, each dream, each gentle nudge of your spirit bears my signature. You are called to shine, to love, to heal, and to bring hope where despair seeks to reside. Be still and listen for my guidance, for my voice speaks clearly amid the noise if only you will pause and tune your heart to hear. Walk boldly in the knowledge that I am your ever-present guide, your shield and your strength. My dear, you belong fully, unshakably to me and to the family of those who are called by my name. In this belonging, find refuge. Let it be the foundation upon which you build your days. When the storm rises or the path seems uncertain, remember the cornerstone of my covenant holds firm. Your worth is not what you can do, but who you are in me. Beloved, cherished, and beloved beyond measure. Let this truth become the anthem of your soul, sung with the confidence of a child who knows they are safely home. The darkness you have known will not have the last word. Light breaks through even the heaviest night, and you are not only a witness to this truth, but a bearer of it. Your life is a living testimony of grace, a beacon that will guide others out of their own struggles. Embrace your calling to be a vessel of hope and healing for those around you, for I have entrusted you with this beautiful task. Do not underestimate the power of your faith, the impact of your courage, or the reach of my love flowing through you. My beloved, as you step forward into tomorrow, carry this certainty in your soul. My love for you is inexhaustible, my grace is abundant, and my presence is forever near. You are mine now and forever, held securely in the embrace of divine love that will never let you go. Will you believe me this time? Will you lean into the fullness of the life I offer? Take my hand now and walk forward with boldness and peace, confident that you are wholly loved and eternally treasured. My beloved, in the quiet moments when the world seems to fall away and the shadows of despair stretch long across your heart, I see you. I see the weight you carry, the silent battles you face when no one is watching. Hope, my child, is not a distant star beyond your reach. It is the breath of life I whisper into your soul, the gentle hand I extend, even when you feel lost in the wilderness of your doubts and fears. When the night feels endless and your spirit is weary from searching, know that the dawn is nearer than you think, for I am already moving to meet you there. You may have wandered through seasons where hope felt more like a ghost, an echo that slipped through your fingers just as you grasped for it. That's the path of many, but understand this: I am the one who plants hope in the driest places. Even in the desert of your heart's deepest longing, where thirst threatens your peace, I am the fountain that will not run dry. Do not mistake the barrenness for emptiness. There is life beneath the surface, unseen to the eye, but alive and pulsating, calling you toward restoration. Hope is not just a feeling. It is a divine promise pressed into your spirit. It is the pulse of my love beating within you, even when your circumstances seem to conspire against joy. When your soul cries out in the silence and the wounds of yesterday threaten to harden your heart, remember that I am the healer who fashions beauty from brokenness. My hands, though invisible, are holding you tightly, molding you tenderly like a potter with the finest clay. My dear child, I invite you to lean into this truth. Hope is intent, it's real, and it is relentless. It will find you in the moments when you least expect it, slipping softly into your thoughts, warming the cold places you thought would never thaw. I come not always with fireworks or grand displays, but often through a whisper, a single thread of light weaving into the darkness, showing you the way forward. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away from this quiet invitation. You may ask, how can hope find me when life has felt so heavy, when the pain seems to hold me captive? Know that in the very places where you feel the most bound, I am at work to set you free. Your story is not finished, my beloved. Your chapters have not run dry. Even the night of the soul is fertile ground for hope to grow, for I plant seeds that rise in darkness before the dawn. Remember the lilies that bloom where no man tends, the stars that shine unseen by many but hold their place in the heavens with unwavering faithfulness. So too does hope sustain you through the unseen and the unknown. It is tethered to my steadfast heart, and I will not let you go. You are never abandoned, though you may feel surrounded by silence and shadows. My love pursues you relentlessly, beckoning you to trust again. Can you hear the soft murmur of hope calling your name? It is the essence of who I am whispering into your very bones. That tomorrow holds a promise, that your pain will be transformed, that joy will speak once again inside your soul. I am both the giver and the guardian of this hope, holding it safely for you until you are ready to embrace it. Allow yourself to rest in that assurance today. Let this truth settle deeply within you. Hope is alive, and it will find you. Don't rush it. Don't push it away in frustration or fear. Allow it the space to grow. Invite me into the places you have barricaded against hope, with your pain and past disappointments. Will you believe me this time? Will you open your heart to the quiet, persistent love that never ceases to reach for you? I am here, enduring and unwavering. When hope feels distant, remember my eyes are upon you, full of compassion and longing to restore your soul's gladness. The journey may be long and winding, but I walk it with you every step. The shadows do not frighten me, for I'm the light that no darkness can overcome. My hope dwells in you, ready to rise, ready to shine. Receive this word as a seed planted in your soul. Guard it, nurture it, and watch as it begins to stir. When the world tells you that hope is gone, cling to me, for I am the beginning and the end of hope itself. If you listen closely, you will hear hope's gentle knocking. Will you open the door for it to come in? This moment can be the turning point, the place where despair begins to transform. Trust in my timing, trust in my heart. Hope will find you, today, tomorrow, always. Let this be the beginning of a new story for your soul, one rooted in my unfailing love and unwavering presence. Hold on to this promise, my beloved. The dawn waits just beyond the longest night, and hope will find you on its wings. My dear child, I sense the weight you carry, the heavy cloak woven from quiet disappointments, unspoken regrets, and the silent ache of unmet expectations. It presses down on your spirit, constricting your breath, making each step an effort across jagged stones of uncertainty. This weariness, this burden does not go unnoticed by me. I am here closer than the pulse in your veins, holding space for your pain without condemnation or haste. Do not mistake the silence for absence, nor my patience for inattention. I am working within the depths of your heart, fashioning the raw threads of your struggle into a tapestry of new life. Within you, there is a tempest of emotions. Frustration stirs the waters, doubt clouds the horizon, and sometimes the shadow of loneliness creeps like nightfall over your soul. Yet, amid this storm, I have not abandoned you. Your cries have pierced the heavens, echoing gently in the chambers of my heart. I am here, my presence an unwavering lamp, casting radiant warmth, even when the night feels unending. It is in this sacred space, between your trembling sighs and whispered prayers, that I wish you to understand my patient love, unceasing, untiring, unwavering. You may wonder why the path seems so arduous, why joy is veiled behind the curtain of sorrow, or why deliverance tarries longer than anticipated. My child, sometimes in the fertile soil of waiting, your roots must dig deeper, embracing the unseen springs of my grace that nourish your innermost being. This tedium, the threadbare moments of weariness, are not voids to be filled hastily, but sacred pauses, holy breath where your spirit can be refined like pure gold, tested by fire, and yet not consumed. Know that even when the silence stretches long, I speak in the language of your heart's longing, inviting you into a deeper trust that transcends understanding. Look not upon your struggles as signs of my displeasure or abandonment, for they are the crucible of transformation. Remember how the seed breaks open in darkness, how the caterpillar must surrender to the cocoon before soaring transformed. So too must your soul be shaped through the seasons of waiting, through the valleys where light seems dimmed. I am fashioning you with infinite care, weaving the threads of patience and perseverance into the fabric of your character. Though the road twist and the nights grow long, you are never beyond the reach of my sustaining hand. My dear, I invite you now to release the burden of striving alone. Come to me with the fragments of your weary heart, and find refuge beneath the shelter of my wings. Here, no fear shall consume you, no bitterness root itself. In this sanctuary of my presence, your soul will find the gentle currents of healing and peace. Will you lean into my embrace, trusting the divine hand that holds your future, even when the present feels uncertain? Let this truth settle deep within your bones, that you are cherished beyond measure, worthy of enduring love, and graced with strength anew each dawn. Though the pain may be vivid, do not lose sight of the pilgrim's lamp within you, the flicker of hope that I have kindled. It is the signpost for your soul's journey, the compass pointing toward restoration and life. When shadows lengthen and your spirit falters, recall my promises carried softly on the breath of morning. Even when the horizon seems blurred, I remain steadfast, the eternal anchor amidst shifting tides. Your story, my beloved, is not one of desolation but of resilience, woven with the threads of grace that nourish hope in the darkest seasons. Take heart in this truth. Every trial you endure is not a sentence, but a step toward a fuller revelation of my love. In the quiet moments when despair tempts you to close your eyes, open your spirit to me and let my presence be the balm upon your wounds. I am not distant. I am the steady river beneath the rocky passage, the quiet companion who journeys the depth with you. Embrace this divine companionship, surrender the restless striving, and receive my peace, which passes all worldly understanding. If your heart is stirring amid this divine conversation, do not turn away. Step closer, breathe in the fragrance of my grace, and let it infiltrate the corners of your weary soul. I see you, no, I see the real you, the beloved creation fashioned in my image, the one destined for glory beyond this temporal struggle. Do not let the temporary eclipse of hope deceive you. My plan for you is radiant, and I am preparing all things, sometimes in silence, sometimes in stillness, for your awakening. Journey deeper with me, for I am the faithful guide who will not falter or fail. Remember, my dear child, that time in my presence is no empty waiting, but a sacred alignment with heaven's perfect rhythm. I am weaving patience into your heart, teaching you the courage to endure, and lifting your gaze toward the eternal horizon. Cast your cares upon me, for I am your refuge and strength, a shelter in the storm where your soul is refreshed and your spirit restored. Let this sanctuary become your resting place, a sacred dwelling where fear dissolves and love reigns supreme. With every breath you take, receive this gift of divine comfort and walk boldly in the assurance that you are held fully and forever in my hands. Take a moment now, my beloved, to breathe deeply and feel the quiet assurance of my presence. Invite me into your pain, your doubt, your weariness. Let my love be the lamp lighting your path through the shadowed valley. Will you come? Not with fear, but with open hands and an expectant heart. Together we will rise above the trials, transform the ache into hope, and breathe new life into the tired places of your soul. Do not rush away. Linger here a while, wrapped in my peace, until your heart is steady and your spirit is drawn near my own. I am here, enduring, patient, and gloriously loving you beyond the bounds of your understanding. Embrace this closeness, rest in this grace, and know that no shadow shall overcome my light within you. Let this sanctuary of my presence be your solace in the night, your strength at dawn, and your joy in the waiting. Trust me, beloved one, for my timing is perfect, and my love is unshakable. Will you believe me this time? My dear child, as you wrestle with the shadows that linger in your heart, know that I am intimately acquainted with every ache and hesitation you carry. The feelings of guilt and shame that weigh so heavily upon your spirit are not meant to be your lifelong companions. These burdens, though they seem insurmountable, are not the final word on your life or your identity. I see beyond your failures, beyond the mistakes you replay in your mind, and I am here to remind you of the freedom that waits when you turn toward me. Understand that forgiveness is the gateway through which healing flows. Not just my forgiveness, but the ability to forgive yourself. The voice of condemnation is a thief, creeping in to steal your joy, to blind you to the truth of my love. Yet, I do not hold your errors against you as some ledger of faults. I've chosen to clothe you in grace, a garment woven from mercy and compassion, dyed in the depths of my steadfast love. When you stand before me, you are not seen as your past, but as my beloved child, priceless and cherished. Let me speak plainly. Shame is a shadow that loses its power in my presence. It thrives in isolation and silence, but when you invite me into the darkest corners of your soul, that shame begins to unravel. I do not ask you to pretend that the pain or the mistakes never happened. Rather, I implore you to bring those parts of yourself here, into the light of my acceptance. You are safe with me. This acceptance is not earned by perfection or grand gestures, but given freely because of who I am and who you are to me. The process of releasing guilt is often slow and painful, much like the gradual breaking of dawn after a long, starless night. I am patient with your progress, even when you find yourself faltering or retreating into old cycles of self-condemnation. Each step forward, each moment you choose to lean into my truth rather than despair, is a victory in my eyes. I am not distant or indifferent to your struggles. I am the tender healer who binds up wounds, who renews weary hearts. Consider the image of a potter at the wheel, shaping clay with skilled hands. Sometimes the clay grows thin or uneven, and the potter must reshape it, work it, and refine it again, to bring forth its true beauty. So it is with your heart and soul. Do not fear the refining, because I am with you in every revolution of the wheel. My intention is not to crush or discard, but to mold and restore. Your worth is not diminished by your flaws or failures. Instead, it is magnified by my relentless devotion to perfecting the masterpiece that is you. Reflect on the stories of those who came to me burdened and broken, those who believed themselves unworthy of my love. I embrace them, not because they deserved it, but because I delight in redeeming what is lost. I am the God of second chances, of new beginnings that rise like the dawn after the darkest night. If your heart is heavy with regret or self-reproach, place that weight at my feet. I did not call you to carry it alone. Let this truth settle in you. The forgiveness you seek is already at hand. You need only reach out and receive it, trusting that my grace is sufficient, that my love is deeper than any failure. My dear child, surrender your guilt to me and walk forward not in shame but in the freedom I offer. Will you believe me this time when I say that you are already forgiven and infinitely loved? My dear child, I see you there, carrying burdens you were never meant to bear alone. Within the quiet chambers of your heart, where shadows sometimes gather, I am present, steadier than the ground beneath your feet, and warmer than the sunlight that kisses your face. You may have walked through valleys thick with fear, anxiety, and doubt, feeling as though each breath was a struggle, as though the weight pressing down on your chest might never lift. But listen, hear the still, small voice that whispers in the midst of chaos. It is I, your Father, tenderly calling you out of despair into the embrace of my peace. Fear has often visited you, unbidden and unwelcome, settling like a mist that blurs your vision and steals your joy. Anxiety may have traced its fingers along your every thought, whispering the lies about your worth and your future. Doubt has sat heavily upon your shoulders, making you question my promises and love. Yet, my beloved, understand this. These shadows do not define you. They are but clouds passing across the vast and eternal sky of your soul. The dawn always comes, unceasing, unshakable, and I am that dawn. When the tempest roars in your mind and the waves of worry threaten to overwhelm you, remember that I am the anchor that does not falter. No storm is too fierce for my presence to quell. I am not distant or indifferent. I am ever near, a refuge in times of trouble, the stronghold to which you can run without fear. My hand is extended, steady and sure, ready to pull you up from the depths of your unease and lift you into the light where hope resides. Child, I do not dismiss or diminish your struggles. The fear and anxiety you feel are real and heavy, but they are not the final word. There's a deeper reality in me, a peace that surpasses all understanding, a quietude that no turmoil can disturb. This peace is not merely the absence of trouble, but the presence of me dwelling within you, breathing strength into your weary spirit. I am the perfect peace that guards your mind, the calm in your heart amidst the storm. In those moments when doubt creeps in, questioning whether I hear your prayers or understand your pain, remember my faithfulness. I have been by your side throughout every trial, every tear, every sleepless night. I see beyond the surface. I know the depths of your soul and the intentions of your heart. You are not forgotten or forsaken. You are my treasured child, and my love for you is unwavering and eternal. Let go of the illusion that you must carry your fears alone. Surrender them to me, the one who conquered fear itself. Cast every worry into my hands, and watch as I transform your trembling into trust, your restlessness into assurance. I am your fortress and your deliverer. No anxiety can withstand my presence. No doubt can stand where my truth reigns. Breathe in my peace, beloved. Let it fill the chambers of your heart and seep into every crevice of your being. Know this: fear is a thief that steals your present joy, but I am the giver of abundant life, overflowing with hope and courage. Anxiety tries to chain you, but I am the liberator who breaks every chain and sets you free to walk boldly in the path I have prepared for you. Doubt may whisper lies, but my spirit calls out louder, declaring your identity as my child, beloved and chosen. My dear, I am patient with you. I do not rush your healing or your understanding. Trust the process of becoming, for I am working all things together for your good, even in the unseen places. Allow me to be your counselor and comforter, your shield and strength. When the shadows threaten to consume your light, fix your gaze on me. I am the light that darkness cannot overtake. Come to me in your fear. Do not retreat or hide. Bring every trembling thought, every anxious feeling, every uncertain doubt. Lay them at my feet. Hear my promise. I will never leave you, nor forsake you. My love is steadfast. My presence is constant. My peace is yours to claim. Will you open your heart to me now, letting my peace wash over your storms? Will you hold on to my hand and walk from fear into faith? Let this truth become your anchor, your refuge, your steadfast hope. I am here, unchanging and true, ready to fill your heart with courage and serenity. Rest in me, my beloved, and be renewed. My dear, do you feel the restless stirring deep within your spirit? The whisper of doubt that shadows your steps, like an unseen fog? Do you wrestle with the heavy cloak of anxiety and the silent terror of fear that creeps into your heart during the loneliest hours? I see you, heart laid bare beneath the weight of uncertainty, trembling as shadows dance on the walls of your soul. This battle you face, invisible to many yet piercingly real to you, is not unknown to me. In fact, my beloved, I have walked before you in this very struggle. I understand the tremors that ripple through your being. When the road stretches endlessly before you, cloaked in mist so thick your feet falter, unsure whether to stand or stumble forward. Fear is a cunning adversary, whispering falsehoods that drown out my gentle voice. It tells you lies, child, that you are alone, that you are not enough, that the darkness will never lift. But listen closely to the quiet between your breaths, to the space where the frantic thoughts pause for just a moment. I am there. I am the calm in the tempest, the breath that steadies your racing heart. I am your refuge, unmovable and eternal, offering a sanctuary no fear can penetrate. Anxiety is like a storm, raging inside your soul, waves crashing relentlessly against the fragile vessel of your peace. Sometimes you may feel like you are sinking beneath the tides, gasping for air, pleading silently for relief. But my dear child, do you know that even the wildest storm bows in deference before my command? I am the one who calms the winds and stills the sea. When you feel overwhelmed, let your heart anchor itself in this truth. Let your trembling hands reach towards me in surrender, not to the tempest. I have not abandoned you, nor will I ever. The silence you sometimes wrestle with is not a void, but a sacred space where I am drawing you closer. It may seem that my timing is slow, that I am distant or unresponsive, but my ways transcend your understanding. Trust, my beloved, that even now I am crafting something beautiful from the very soil of your fear and doubt. Every tear you shed is precious to me, each sigh a fragrance lifted heavenward, and every moment of despair is being woven into a tapestry of grace finer than any the world can produce. Know this: fear and anxiety do not signify your weakness. They mark the battlefield where you learn to trust me more deeply. I am refining your faith in ways unseen, molding your heart into a sanctuary of unwavering trust and hope. When you feel small and fragile, look up and remember that you are held by a hand far stronger than any fear. You are enveloped by love that will not let you go, a love stronger than the fiercest storm, greater than the darkest night. What would it mean to release your fears into my hands, my dear child? To lay down your burdens not by your strength, but by surrendering them to the one who bore every sorrow. This act of surrender is not defeat, but the beginning of a new freedom. It is the moment when your heart ceases its frantic striving and learns to rest in me, fully confident and unshakable. You need not fight alone, for I am already fighting for you. Yes, the battle is real, but so is my victory. Let this truth settle deep within your soul. You are not defined by your fear or anxiety. You are defined by my love. chosen and cherished beyond measure. Let your heart rise from the ashes of despair with the wings of hope I place within you. They are not fragile, they are mighty, designed to carry you above every storm. You may not see the full horizon yet, but the dawn is near, and with every step taken in faith, you move closer to the sunrise that will dispel every shadow. My child, will you believe me this time? Will you take my hand and walk beyond the valley of fear into the expansive fields of peace? I am here, unwavering, constant, and ready to meet you where you are, no matter how small or shattered you feel. Let your heart become a vessel of trust, allowing my peace, which surpasses all understanding, to guard your soul. This peace is not the absence of difficulty, but my presence amid it. So, when the night feels darkest and your heart trembles in uncertainty, remember, my embrace surrounds you. You are not forgotten, not forsaken, and never alone. I am the light that shadows cannot extinguish, the strength hidden within your weakness, the hope that springs eternal from my endless love. You're safe in me. Rest in this love and breathe deeply, for I hold your future, your fears, your anxieties, and your hopes with eternal care. Turn to me now, my dear one, and whisper the truths I place upon your heart. Step forward not with timid steps, but with courage rooted in my unchanging promise. Let your fear dissolve in the warmth of my presence. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Draw close. Speak with me. Let me be the calm in your storm. Do you feel my hand now, steady and sure? Reach out and take it. We will walk together, child, beyond the horizon of fear into the light of perfect peace. My beloved, when you find yourself ensnared in the shadows of fear, anxiety, and doubt, know that I am the unyielding fortress that surrounds you. The storms of your heart, the trembling breaths of unease that infiltrate your thoughts, are not invincible. They may roar like relentless winds, or darken your skies like ominous clouds. Yet I am neither distant nor silent amid your trembling. I am the voice that whispers courage softly within your soul, the steady hand that reaches for yours when terror threatens to overwhelm. To live without fear is not to walk a path clear of trials, but to carry me within you as the shield that repels them, as the light that dances in even the darkest caverns of your mind. Consider the lilies of the field, my dear child, how they neither toil nor spin, yet they are clothed with beauty beyond imagining. Your fears say you must strain and struggle to secure your worth and safety, but I tell you, you're already adorned with eternal value. The trembling that seizes you when doubt creeps in speaks of the vulnerability rooted deep within your humanity. But vulnerability does not equal defeat. It is the fertile soil in which faith takes root. When you face anxiety as a parched earth faces rain, be open to letting me nourish you with peace that surpasses understanding. I have woven calmness into the very fabric of your being. Allow it to rise like a river, flowing steadily beneath the waves of your unrest. Anxiety tries to convince you that the future is a precipice at your feet, urging you to plunge into despair or paralysis. But I am the rock that stands unmoved beneath your footsteps. When your heart races with fear of what lies ahead, let it be a call to anchor yourself in the present moment, where I dwell with you. I am not a God of distant tomorrow, but of tangible presence here and now. Do not rush forward with frantic grasping or shrink back with frozen hesitation. Instead, breathe deeply of my nearness and find rest in the certainty that I am guiding your every step, even those you cannot yet perceive. Remember that every shadow you fear is pierced by my light, though it may not yet appear to your eyes. Doubt seeks to unravel your trust in me, whispering lies that question my intentions or my ability to sustain you. Yet I have never abandoned you, even at the moments when your faith wavered or felt faint. The soil of your spirit may sometimes crack and dry, but my grace is the dew that always returns. Know that the measure of my love for you is not dependent on your perfection or consistency. It is steadfast, unwavering, and crafted for the depths of your being. When doubt clings like a shroud, let it become an invitation to seek me more deeply, rather than a barrier that pushes me away. I am never offended by your questioning. I am honored by your seeking. Let this truth settle in you. You are never alone in the labyrinth of uncertainty. There is a sacred dance between fear and faith, my child, where the two intertwine in the tapestry of your growth. When fear drums loudly in your chest, it calls your attention to what you hold dear: life, loved ones, hopes, dreams. It is not your enemy, but a trusted messenger. Allow yourself to listen with open hands and a willing heart. Let fear lead you into my presence, where it can be transmuted by trust. I will not erase your struggles, but I will walk beside you, transforming fear into courage and anxiety into strength. Do not strive to silence every anxious thought on your own. Instead, surrender them to me. In your surrender, I will weave peace that is more powerful than any turmoil. When anxiety threatens to isolate you in a cavern of loneliness and despair, remember that I am the light that penetrates every darkness. My presence is not bound by the limits of your feelings or circumstances. Call on me in the quiet moments when your heart races or the shouts of worry fill your mind. I am listening, always listening, eagerly ready to fill your spirit with comfort. Your fears are the soil from which faith can grow if you invite me in. Will you let me plant my assurance deep within you now? Not tomorrow or when the storm passes, but here in this moment. Rest your trembling soul on the promises of my love and care. Child, I see the battle inside you, the wrestling between what your mind fears and what your heart longs to believe. This struggle is not new, but it is not futile. I am the great healer of broken confidence, restoring strength where it has been depleted. When doubts press you to the edge of despair, reach out to me and grasp my hand firmly. There is freedom in surrender, for I take the weight of your anxieties and carry them with infinite grace. You do not have to bear them alone. Place your fears into my hands and feel the soothing balm of my peace envelop you. Courage is born not from denial of fear, but from trusting me enough to face it with me by your side. Do not let the shadows of tomorrow blind you to the light of today. Each breath you take under my watchful gaze is a gift, an unrepeatable moment to rest, to hope, and to trust in my unwavering presence. When fear rises like a tide just as you are about to see the shore, call on me, for I am the calm keeper of your soul's harbor. Let this be your prayer. Lord, in the midst of my trembling, be my courage. In the silence of my doubt, be my truth. In the storm of my anxiety, be my peace. As these words take root in your heart, feel the chains of fear loosen and fall away. My dear, know that I'm more than a shield. I am your refuge, your sanctuary, your ever-present help in times of trouble. When your spirit is overwhelmed by worry, come to me and find rest. Close your eyes to the noise and distractions that amplify your fears and open your heart to my still, small voice that speaks peace. I will not always remove the trials, but I will equip you to endure them. Each challenge you face in my strength is a stepping stone toward deeper faith and greater victory. Will you embrace me now, surrendering your fears and doubts into my hands? Let your heart find confidence in my endless love and unchanging faithfulness. My beloved, there's a sacred moment that waits for you in the quiet spaces of your longing, a place where your spirit desires to be seen, known, and held fiercely by my heart. When you feel lost, abandoned by the noise of the world and unseen amidst the passing crowds. It is not because you are forgotten or cast aside. Instead, it is precisely in this wilderness of solitude that I am weaving a tender tapestry of my presence around you, stitching each fragile thread with immeasurable love. Your perceived invisibility is not a void, but a veil, a sacred space inviting you deeper into our communion. I see you, even when the shadows of loneliness stretch long across your days and nights. I am there, standing beside you like a steadfast river flowing through a desolate land. The world's eyes might pass quickly, blind to the battles you silently fight in your heart. Yet, my gaze is unblinking. It's an ocean of mercy, a light that never falters in the darkest hours. The ache of being unseen is a sharp thorn that pricks your spirit, but let me tell you, beloved, that within that ache lies a profound invitation. This invitation is to come nearer, to lay down the heavy burden of trying to be seen by every eye, and instead to be enveloped in the pure, unshakable certainty of my acceptance. When you feel cast aside, remember that I have chosen you, not for what you can offer me, or for any accolade you might receive, but simply because you are precious in my sight. The loneliness you experience is not a rejection, but a refining fire, burning away the layers that keep you from the full embrace of my love. Will you allow yourself to be shaped and molded by this divine presence that never leaves your side? In the silence of abandonment, I speak to you softly. My voice is the whisper beneath the roar of your fears. It is a melody that promises rest, hope, and restoration. I am the shepherd who searches relentlessly for his lamb, and though you might feel lost, wander without direction, or wonder if anyone cares, know that I am the seeking one who will not stop until you are found. Let this truth settle in you. My heart beats with an unyielding desire to be close to you, to wrap you in peace that no earthly hand can give. Your experience of being unseen is not the final word. It is merely a chapter in the greater story I am writing with your life. Do not let discouragement anchor you in the shadows. Instead, look to me as your eternal refuge, the one who lifts you from the pit of despair and sets your feet upon a rock. Every tear you have shed, every silent scream of your soul I hold tenderly, transforming your sorrow into strength. You are not invisible to me, beloved. You are the very canvas of my creative love. I know how deeply the pang of isolation wounds you, how it can whisper lies that you are unloved, unwanted, or unworthy. Hear me now. Those whispers are deceivers. I have engraved you on the palms of my hands, and nothing in all creation can separate you from my love. Even when the world turns away, my arms remain open wide, ready to enfold you in the warmth of belonging. This is the sanctuary I offer you, not a place made by human hands, but a dwelling of spirit where your soul is fully known and thoroughly cherished. Think of the seasons of the earth, the barren winter that seems stripped bare only to bloom into vibrant spring. Your times of feeling lost and unseen are the winter soil of your spirit, a place where life's surface appears dormant, but beneath lies an awakening. Trust that I'm working unseen, like the sun warming the frozen ground, bringing new life to root itself quietly but powerfully beneath your feet. Will you listen for the stirring of new hope within you? Child, do not allow your loneliness to become a cage. Instead, see it as a doorway to spiritual belonging, a passageway to a more intimate knowledge of me. I have created you for relationship, not in the fleeting words of human praise, but in the unbreakable bond that exists in my presence. If your heart is stirring, if a small flame of longing flickers inside you, do not turn away. Step through the veil of your invisibility and meet me there. I will meet you with grace, compassion, and a love that consumes all doubt. You are part of my family, woven into the very fabric of my eternal kingdom. No distance, no silence, no moment of feeling unseen can sever that connection. When the world abandons you, I remain a constant companion and protector. I hold you close, whispering truths that reaffirm your worth and guard you against despair. Embrace this truth now, beloved, and allow my presence to dissolve every fear that lingers in the shadows of your mind. There is a sweetness in surrendering to my gaze, a healing balm in trusting that my eyes rest upon you with unwavering affection. You are never truly alone because I carry you in my heart at all times. Let go of the need for everyone else's recognition and rest in the knowledge that you belong, wholly and forever to me. The scars from being unseen will fade as you lift your eyes to me, the source of your full and lasting identity. My child, in the moments when abandonment feels like a cold wind piercing your soul, know that I'm the refuge where warmth is restored. Place your hands in mine and walk with me towards the horizon where hope rises anew. Together, we will journey through this wilderness until the pain of invisibility is transformed into the radiant joy of being fully seen and deeply loved. Let me be the voice that calls you out of the shadows and into the light of my presence. Do not shrink back in despair. Look up and let the truth of my declaration wash over you. You are chosen, beloved, and never forgotten. The void you feel is the space I have reserved just for you, to fill with my endless affection and divine companionship. Will you come to me now? Will you let me show you how precious you are, not by the eyes of men, but by the gaze of the Creator who calls you his own? Let this moment be a turning point. Your heart is not alone, my dear child, because I am with you always. If your spirit longs for belonging, for being seen in the deepest places where only I dwell, reach for me now. Rest in my embrace and breathe in the life-giving assurance that you matter beyond measure. The journey from feeling lost and unseen to being found and cherished begins with a single step, one that I am here to lead you in. Trust this path, beloved, and let my love be the light you follow. Will you believe me this time? My beloved, you have wandered through the labyrinth of despair, searching desperately for light, for any sign that you are not forgotten in the vastness. I see the weight of invisibility pressing down on your shoulders, the ache of being unseen, gnawing at your heart in the quiet moments. You, who have felt like an echo in an empty hall, ignored, but yearning to be noticed, to be heard, to be understood. I want you to know this profound truth. Amidst all the shadows that cloud your path, I have never ceased to behold you. Even when the world turns its gaze away, my eyes are fixed upon you with unwavering love and fierce protection. Imagine a flame flickering faintly in the darkness of a cavern. The cave feels endless, cold and hostile. The echoes bounce off the stone, distorting the sounds you wish to express into one muffled note repeated over and over. You reach out to the void, hoping for a hand, a voice, a glimpse of companionship. But no answer. The silence is deafening. This is the place of feeling lost, abandoned, and unseen. Yet within this cavern, I am a gentle fire burning steadfastly. The light I cast is not always blinding, but it is eternal. I am the quiet warmth that no coldness can extinguish, the steady glow that no darkness can swallow. So close your eyes, and in that silent place, feel my presence wrapping around you like a soft cloak, woven of grace. The world's neglect does not define your worth or your place in my heart. Many have wandered this same desolation and believe their pain was a sign of their insignificance. But I tell you now, your invisibility to others doesn't mean you are invisible to me. I have threaded your name through the tapestry of heaven's plan, each stitch deliberate, each moment precious in my sight. You are the secret beloved in the story of redemption, an indispensable thread woven deep into the fabric of grace. In times when you question whether your cries echo only to silence, let this truth immerse your spirit. You are held, noticed, and treasured beyond measure. This feeling of being unseen often breeds loneliness, the kind that makes your soul yearn for connection. Yet, before any human heart ever looked upon you, my heart has pulsated for you with divine longing. I'm the first to know your tears, the first to answer your prayers whispered in the dark. Your solitude is real, but it is not a sign of exclusion. It is a sacred pause, a quiet moment in which I prepare you for intimacy that surpasses understanding. When you feel forsaken, let your soul reach for me first. I will never forsake you. I am your everlasting refuge, where no loneliness can penetrate. There is also purpose in this seeming abandonment. When the world turns its back, it can be an invitation to turn fully toward me. It is in the silence that your spirit learns to listen to my voice more clearly, to discover depths of faith that in noise and distraction might remain undiscovered. The seasons of feeling lost are not a failure but a refining fire. Like gold tested in the furnace, your genuine self is emerging from these trials, more authentic, more radiant, because you have passed through the night. Will you entrust me with your longings for belonging? Will you lean into the ache of your heart and allow me to fill its hollow places? I am at work in the unseen, orchestrating the moments ahead when you will be embraced by community, by tender fellowship, by the arms of those who reflect my love palpably. But before that day arrives, I am with you now, closer than breath, whispering, "You are known, you are loved, you are seen." Do not be discouraged if the road feels lonely, my child. Sometimes, the path of the faithful wins through deserts and shadows before reaching blossoming gardens. The painful solitude you endure is temporary, yet every step leaves an indelible mark I cherish. Your journey, with its silent struggles, is writing an epic of steadfastness that will inspire others who feel as you do now. Your story is a beacon for those still wandering in the wilderness of invisibility. I am calling you to rest in this truth today. Your value is not contingent on human recognition, but anchored in my eternal affection for you. Your identity is not defined by being overlooked, but by being chosen, beloved, and intimately known. When the world fails to see your light, remember the sun's faithful rise each morning, illuminating the earth whether clouds obscure its face or not. So I shine on you continually, whether you sense it or not. This invisible light within you is a reflection of my own glory. Now let your spirit open wide to receive this assurance. Do not push away the tender stirrings that remind you, I am known by God. Let this be the balm that heals your wounds of invisibility. Will you believe that no moment of loneliness escapes my notice? No hidden tear is wasted, no silent plea unheard. Let this truth settle deep inside your soul, like living water springing up to eternal life. In the secret place of my presence where you abide, you are never lost. You are not abandoned. You belong forever, wrapped in the unshakable embrace of divine love that dares to call you my own. Let this conviction grow in your heart until it becomes an unbreakable pillar of hope, sustaining you through every season of uncertainty. Your invisibility to others is not a void, but a veil behind which I am weaving miracles, preparing you for the fullness of joy that awaits. If your heart is stirring in this moment, do not turn away. Reach out to me quietly, and I will meet you there with a tenderness that surpasses all understanding. I am with you always, watching, waiting, loving you beyond the limits of sight or measure. Embrace the truth that you are seen by the one who formed you, the one who counts every hair on your head, the one whose love never fails. Hold on to this intimate certainty, my dear, that though you may feel unseen, you shine brightly in my eyes. Your life is a profound mystery of divine affection, and I am never distant, never deaf, never blind to your soul's cry. Let this message be a lamp to your feet and a light to your path as you continue forward in trust and hope. Will you place your hand in mine and walk boldly into the days ahead, knowing that wherever you go, you carry me with you, and that I see you, I cherish you. I will never let you fall. Your invisibility is only a temporary shadow. The radiant dawn of my love is breaking for you now. Be still and believe this. You are always seen, always loved, and forever mine. Let your heart receive this rest today. My dear, do you feel sometimes as if you are adrift on a vast and restless sea, a solitary vessel buffeted by waves you cannot tame? I see you there, caught in moments when the shore seems unreachable and invisible, and your spirit wrestles with feelings of abandonment, being forgotten or unseen by those around you, and at times, even by me. These feelings may whisper lies in your ear, that you're alone, that your struggles go unnoticed, that the love promised to you is delayed or withheld. Yet, my beloved, I am closer than your very breath, more present than the beat of your heart. I am the whisper beneath the thunder, the stillness beneath the chaos. In these quiet battles where your soul wrestles with shadows of loneliness and invisibility, do not believe the lie that you have been forsaken. When the night is at its darkest, when the silence weighs heavily and prayers seem to echo unanswered, it is precisely in those moments that I hold you most tenderly. Imagine yourself as a precious vessel, made of delicate clay, shaped with infinite care by a potter's hands. Sometimes the potter allows pressure to form. Sometimes cracks appear, not to discard the vessel, but to create space for light to permeate, for transformation to take hold. Your feelings of loss or invisibility are not signs of abandonment, but invitations to deeper intimacy with me, to a trust that rises beyond sight and touch. My dear child, your tears do not fall into an empty void. Each one is gathered with infinite love and stored within the treasury of my heart. When you question whether anyone truly sees you, turn your gaze inward and upward to me. I alone behold you fully. I have inscribed your name upon the palms of my hands, woven into the fabric of my being. The moments you feel unrecognized are the moments I am preparing you for your destined purpose, refining you in the silence, so that one day your light will shine with a brilliance that nothing and no one can dim. Allow this to settle in your soul. Your value is not measured by visible acknowledgement, but by the unchanging gaze of divine love. Loneliness, abandonment, the sensation of being unseen. These are not mere emotions, but spiritual signposts, guiding you toward deeper union with me. When the world turns its gaze away, when rejection stings your spirit, I am the refuge and the safe harbor, the unwavering presence that does not waver or weaken. Remember the ancient trees that stand firm through storms. Their roots may tremble unseen beneath the earth, but they delve deeper, anchoring them securely. So too, my love, your roots in me run deep, beneath any shifting circumstances or transient feelings. Will you allow me to be your anchor today, holding you steady amidst the tempests? There are times when the weight of invisibility can feel almost suffocating, cloaking your heart in loneliness, even despair. Yet in those moments, I'm inviting you into an embrace that transcends human understanding, Picture the night sky, a vast expanse filled with stars, many unseen by the naked eye but shining nonetheless. Your light burns brightly even when hidden, igniting hope and warmth in places you may never visit. Do not let the absence of immediate sight rob you of confidence or belonging. I see every tear, every silent cry, every longing whispered in the secret chamber of your heart. My beloved, will you trust me and lean into this hidden presence that knows you intimately? Sometimes feeling lost or unseen is a season of preparation, a sacred space where your spirit is being emptied of worldly measures of worth and refilled with eternal affirmation. Like a seed buried in fertile darkness, you may be hidden now but are poised to burst forth with vibrant life. The wilderness can feel desolate, but it is also rich with the promise of new growth. If your heart is stirring even faintly, do not turn away. This stirring is the gentle call of my spirit, inviting you to rise, to live in the assurance that you are my beloved, wonderfully and unshakably known. There's a profound intimacy available to you that surpasses the superficial rhythms of everyday acknowledgement. This intimacy is a sacred intertwining of your soul and mine, a place where you are completely seen, completely accepted, loved without condition or hesitation. I am your abiding presence when no one else stands near, your constant companion in those shadowed moments when the weight of being unseen threatens to overwhelm you. Your feelings, your struggles are not trivial to me. They are the very pathways through which my grace flows to heal and restore. Let this be your refuge, a sanctuary where invisibility does not diminish your worth but reveals the depth of my gaze upon you. My dear child, I call you to stand firm, to anchor your identity not in fleeting glances of approval but in the unshakable truth of my love. When you feel abandoned or unseen, it is not the end of your journey but the birthing of a new chapter. Will you take my hand even now and trust that I am shaping a story that surpasses your understanding? Will you allow your heart to rest in the certainty of my presence, the permanence of your place in my family? Your loneliness is not unnoticed. Your tears are not wasted. They are the sacred offerings that bind our hearts closer. And as you walk through this valley, remember, it is a pathway, not to isolation, but to communion, with me and with those I have placed around you, who are discovering their own paths toward belonging and visibility. Let this truth saturate your being. You are seen, loved, cherished beyond measure, and destined to rise in the fullness of your divine identity. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away from me now. Let us walk this path together. Now take this moment, breathe deeply, recognize my nearness, and let your heart receive the warmth of my unwavering gaze. You do not walk alone, beloved. I am here now and always, waiting to reveal your worth fully and to unfold the great tapestry of your life in the light of my love. Will you trust me with your unseen places? Will you open yourself to the restoration that comes through knowing you are eternally embraced? Let this be your balm and your strength. If your spirit is moved, reach out in prayer, in whispered surrender or silent meditation. Let my presence fill the spaces where loneliness has taken root. Remember, I see you fully, not just in your victories, but in your quiet pain. And I love you beyond what words can hold. Let this truth settle deep within you today. My beloved, as you have journeyed through the depths of your soul, confronting the shadows that once clouded your vision, now hear the unwavering voice of your Creator declare the truth etched forever into your very being. You are mine, not by a fleeting choice, but by an eternal, unbroken covenant of love that no force, no failing, no distance can sever. Remember this, your identity is not shaped by the fleeting tides of circumstance or by the accusations that rise within your heart. You are the cherished image of my purpose, sculpted in the fires of grace and bound by the thread of divine destiny that runs through every moment of your existence. There may have been moments when you felt invisible, as if wandering alone through deserts of despair or standing beneath skies heavy with silence. Yet even in these times, every breath you took was orchestrated in my care, every tear captured and transformed not into mere sorrow, but into the seeds of renewal and strength within you. In those quiet spaces between pain and hope, I was present, crafting a perfect narrative of redemption that would lead you home. My love has been your shelter and your sword, your gentle whisper urging you forward when the world shouted doubt around you. Do not mistake the seasons of waiting and wrestle as absence or abandonment. They are the sacred intervals where your soul is forged into radiant resilience. Like gold refined through fire, your character has been purified and your faith deepened in ways you did not understand, but I always designed. Embrace this truth. Your belonging is unwavering. You're claimed by a love that does not waver or retreat, a love that lifts you when you stumble and breathes courage into your weary heart. You're never lost, for you journey alongside the hand that has never released you. Carry this identity with conviction, for it is the foundation upon which all your steps are anchored. In the tapestry of creation, your threads shimmer uniquely, vital, irreplaceable, and gloriously alive with my spirit. The purpose I've engraved in you is mighty, stretching beyond the horizon you see now. Do not be deceived by moments of uncertainty or shadows of doubt. Your destiny is woven with divine intention. I've designed you for a purpose that only you can fulfill, a calling that ignites the world with hope and light. Surrender your fears, your hesitations, your fragments of woundedness to me. Let go of the heavy burdens you've carried and feel the relief that comes when my peace, which surpasses all understanding, flows like a river within your soul. It is in this surrender that you will find strength beyond your strength, clarity beyond your comprehension, trust in my perfect timing, my precise orchestration, even when silence surrounds you. The dawn is nearer than you realize, and every waiting moment is saturated with unseen blessings and preparation. I invite you to dwell in this truth daily. You are beloved beyond measure, restored beyond repair, and set forth with an unshakable identity born from the heart of heaven itself. Let my love nurture your spirit and embolden your soul to declare with certainty, no matter the storm, I am held, I am known, I am precious. This declaration releases you from every chain of insecurity, from all lies of unworthiness that tried to claim you. Now embrace the fullness of your belonging. Reach out to me, the shepherd, who rejoices over you with an everlasting love. Draw close into the sanctuary of my presence, and let the transforming power of my grace overwhelm every doubt, every fear. You are beloved more deeply than you can imagine, and you are home. My heart beats in rhythm with yours, steady and relentless in its pursuit of you. Will you now stand in this truth, fortified and radiant? Will you let your soul rest in this assurance that no matter what comes, you're mine? Let this truth settle so deeply within you that nothing can shake it. Live wrapped in the light of my love, reflecting it boldly, knowing your place is secure, your identity eternal. Amen. If your heart has been touched, if this message has stirred a flame within you, do not keep it hidden. Share this with those who feel lost or uncertain. Save it as a beacon for days that feel heavy, and return here often to remind your soul of who you are in me. My love never fails, and neither will you.